Those who are joining, start with the videos. Avi? Who have joined? Say hi, hello. Avi and Ishani. Is my audio reaching to you guys? Avi and Ishani, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And then say hi, hello, good morning, what it is. How would I know that you are present? Turn your videos on, both of you. Oh. Who's this girl? Good morning. Who is your friend Ishani? She was telling once you come, then only you didn't communicate. Okay, relax. Pick up your notebook, put today's date. Those who are joining, quickly turn your videos on and copy down the heading that I've written. So was Nashik for Solar. There's one baby of Kolhapur.
No, tourism.
Solapur.
Tourism.
Turzapur. You are baby. Guys, write down what I've written. It is under that waste management module. Okay, and we are going to do a new chapter today. So under waste management, we have done 1 and 2, but in a hurried manner. Today we are doing that in a detailed manner. So write that heading: need and methods for reducing, reusing and recycling waste. For waste. So the topic heading is waste management. Those who are joining, say hi, hello. Morning, anything? Swastika, Shreyas.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, Swastika. You didn't call that her, your friend? No, she didn't call you. Okay, right now I'm going to give notes on all the three. First, I'll be explaining. Let the numbers as compared to yesterday and day before yesterday. The numbers are still lazy enough to join. Avi, keep your video on. Shreyas as well.
Yes, sir.
She's my classmate.
Who? This girl. Ishani, there is your friend here. Want to say hi? Hello. Your friend has joined the class. Idhar aa jao na. Idhar aa jao. Want to see her? Can you see her?
Oh, no.
अच्छा ठीक है बाद में करता हूँ मैं वीडियो.
Sir, who is it?
Tanmay.
Dimle?
She has joined here in Sanpada.
Hi, Tanmay.
She is not saying hi to you. She is not happy to see you.
Hi.
Hi to her. Okay. So did everyone write the heading?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first word, you also write down. So we have done two significant topics, if you remember. Everyone have a volume? Pick up page number 240, not 240 in fact. It is 238. Did you see? The first module, the chapter is impact of waste accumulation. Did we do what is waste accumulation? That day I just cover up in a very hurried manner. Today we'll be going into all the details. So the first heading is that spoilage of landscape. Second heading, it is on the page number 239, it is pollution. Then you remember eutrophication. I just given you one line. Okay, what is eutrophication? Then we have health hazards. Then we have effects of toxic particulate. And if you remember, I was explaining the small picture on that day.
Yes,
What
sir.
is, we have done two concepts. One is
Bioaccumulation and
accumulation. Correct? And after this, we got a new chapter. I'll be doing in detail today. Need for waste management. In fact, I've done this as the first chapter because many students ask me, sir, waste management, we are going to leave it an option. Correct? But I always tell every year, don't leave it an option. It is the most easiest module in all the geographic modules. One, it is related to bit of science. Correct? Second, marks deduction, ये module में बहुत कम है. Why come or less? Because there is nothing technical details here. Simple है तो लिखना है. So whoever have selected this module and have written, be very, I cannot say guarantee how do you attend the paper. 10 में से minimum 10 तो मिल ही जाएगा. Minimum के maximum is that 10. Correct. So keep this module as the most easiest module. Anyway, by the end of our sessions, before we are saying goodbye to you, we will be telling you which are the modules to select and which are the modules as per your ease. And today I am going to start the new module, new chapter from the same module. This also we have done methods of safe disposal. Correct. But I have done everything in a very what do you call it? This manner. And this is the last chapter which I am starting with today. So if I ask you the first word, reducing, second word is reuse, and third word is recycle. Out of these three words, anybody at least heard, sir, waste का हम लोग reuse करते हैं. Do we make use of waste articles in daily life? Yes or no? Okay. Let me just explain all the meanings of the three words. As the word says waste management, correct? WM I call it. You say first active objective is to reduce the waste. How can I reduce the waste? Normally we can start from our own houses when we wash the vegetables, correct? What do we do with that water? We just throw away the water. But instead of washing vegetables, that water can be given to the plants. We keep it in our house. Is it good? Yes or no? And if you are using a washing machine, everyone just use a washing machine. The soap and the detergent water, correct, can be used for washing our cars. Am I correct? So instead of adding to more and more waste, I am trying to reduce. And whatever the cut part of your vegetables, correct, and fruits, what do now people do? They make some, something called as composting. You understand what is composting? They dig a ground and they keep dumping all that waste, onion ka peel, potato ka peel, वो सब डाल के बंद कर देते हैं. After a few weeks, it gets mixed with the soil, so it becomes a small manure. So the first thing that I'm explaining, what I'm doing, reducing the wastage. Now, are you understanding what I'm trying to explain?
Yes.
Because every day, every time, we keep add to the wastage, but which are the wastage which are biodegradable or non-biodegradable? Come on. Biodegradable can be made into what? Compost. What is compost? What is compost? The organic waste, when it is mixed with the mud or the sand, they transform themselves into which manure? Organic or inorganic manure?
Organic.
Organic manure. इससे क्या हो जाएगा? At least the first objective of the waste management, what are we trying to do? Reduce the quantity of wastages. Is it okay? Shall I explain more? Confirm? Shall we ask Ishani to check with her friend Tanmay? Samjha ki nahi? Ishani, पूछो. Ask your friend. She is absolutely happy to see you on the screen. Unnati also our friend. Oh, guy. Same school, is it? Okay. Same class also. Like, what a good thing about online class. And Avi, tera koi friend hai? Nobody. How about Shreyas? Why video is on? Shreyas and Vischika, keep their videos on. So first we have explained the word reducing. Shall we write first reducing and then I start reuse? Okay, write down the introduction after writing this heading. Need and methods for waste management. Introduction. Waste management simply involves segregate, first you read collection, segregation, and safe decomposing of organic and inorganic waste substances. Of organic and inorganic waste substances. Of organic and inorganic waste substances. Second point. Rising industrialization, rising, R-I-S-I-N-G, rising industrialization and urbanization. Rising industrialization and urbanization adds to the rising industrialization and urbanization adds to the volume of waste, adds to the volume of waste, make it plural. Huh? Next point, there arises, T-H-E-R-E, there arises the need and methods. The need and methods. Am I going fast? There arises the need and the method for safe and easy disposal of safe and easy disposal of existing waste. Now, out of the 3 lines, any of the point you feel difficult to learn, because in exam they'll ask you, this topic is quite important like any other topic. Any of the line that you've written, you feel that you want me to explain?
No, sir.
Confirm? Anybody, anyone, those who have joined? Okay. Following 3, next point or next subheading, following three methods, namely, I don't know what is the number that you put. If you put 1, 2, 3, write 1 and write this. No need to write the heading, directly start. That is only I've explained what is reducing. Okay, reducing the existing waste collection. Reducing the existing waste collections or waste collected. Hyphen, it undertakes following 3 process. Now look here, where we are leading to. So we are in stage number 1. Come on, read from the volume. What is the first stage under reducing wastage? A. Come on. And let's give it to Ishani. Tell only the heading. It's on page number 259.
Change of process.
Very good. Avi, tell me second one. Change of process.
Waste concentration.
What is it?
Waste concentration.
It is waste concentration. Come on. Unnati, tell me the third one.
Segregation of waste.
Segregation of waste. Don't write anything except this A. Segregation of waste. Let's ask Swastika to read only A from the volume. Everyone pick up pencil, keep ready. I'm going to explain and then maybe 1 or 2 left. So she's reading under reducing waste, change of process. Come on.
Of process. By changing a modern method to make the best use of raw materials, reduces the waste generation in industry. These electroplating fluorides are used in the process instead of using the sulfate salt in order to eliminate the production of cyanides.
Okay. Now, if I tell you in a very simple manner, change of process. I don't know, before joining UT, your study process, and after joining UT, the study process, is there a big change? Tanmay saying, हाँ sir. इधर attendance compulsory है तो भाग क्या पड़ता है. स्कूल में कोना पकड़ के सोता है, कोई पूछता भी नहीं, है ना? What else do you find change of process have joined UT? You only tell, because I'm not a student of UT. Chalo, let us start with Tanmay. She'll say to me, I'll convey. Yes, Tanmay? Study difference. Very good. Second, anybody? Let us ask all the students who have not kept the video. Ayan, turn the video on. Yes, Ayan, tell me. What is our change of process after you joining UT?
So it means I spend more time in classes.
Very good. He is spending more time in classes for what, my boy?
For studying means.
Okay, that's okay. और भी कुछ काम होता है कि मुझे नहीं मालूम. Let us go to Avi. Yes, Avi.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. After acknowledging that you are Avi. आगे बोल. Now I can tell a little bit more about Avi. He is a wonderful student. Whenever I go to Nerul branch for my Sunday's lecture, there are two topics I teach, not topic, two subjects. One is economics and other is commercial application. After writing his test, he makes it a point, he comes and attend my economics lecture. So I feel that is a change of process of Avi. Although he has not elected the subject, neither he has the subject for the study, but he comes and attends. 15-20 minutes बैठता है. I really like that. Okay, Avi?
Yes, sir.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
I'll see you
Happy,
in Sunday's class. Come on, Unnati, change your process. Quick, so that I have to explain. Unnati will say koi change.
Better understanding in each and every topic.
Very good. Better understanding in each and every topic. Dekho, every year when apna prize distribution hota hai, have you seen the videos? Students come and say more about UT. So abhi se taiyar ho jaओ. And you are a topper. Tanmay is very happy. Haan sir, I am the topper. How to give a speech in front of Anubhav sir. So let us see. Change of process. Is there anyone else? Okay. So let us come back to the change of process in waste management. Look at that word electroplating. How many of you know what is electroplating? Anode and cathode. You know, from the cathode, all the elements go and stick to anode. Electroplating यही होता है ना? My science is not very funda like you guys, but अगर wrong हो जाएगा तो बोल देना. So under electroplating, normally what generally we use in zinc electroplating, chlorides are used in the process. Instead of using sulfate salt in order to eliminate the production of a substance called cyanide. What is this cyanide? Anybody knows what is cyanide? Oh my God, don't know. Don't know. It's a very harmful pollutant or a harmful chemical substance. I'm not very sure. Your chemistry teacher might confirm whether this cyanide is the same cyanide where the terrorists keep somewhere inside the corner of the mouth. Movies में देखा है? ये भी नहीं देखा. अभी बोल रहे ये कौन सा नया कैप्सूल है? Whenever they are caught by the military army of any people, before they catch them alive, they just bite the capsule. And what will happen? Ayan batayega. Ayan knows all the criminality. Bol Ayan. What will happen when you bite that cyanide capsule?
So you will die.
मैं तो नहीं bite करना. अभी रहने देना. The terrorist will die because he is going to be tortured by the army. Correct? So normally in zinc plating, we use chlorides instead of using sulfate salt. What is this word sulfate? We do not know what it is. If I'm using sulfate salt, what it is creating? It is creating cyanide. Is it a very dangerous substance? Is it very dangerous? अब बोलेगा ठीक है हम लोग अल्गेश के ऊपर टेस्ट करेंगे अगर जिंदा रहेगा तो डेंजरस नहीं है ना? जिंदा नहीं है तो we'll say ओम शांति गया चलो टेंशन खत्म है ना आयन? He's saying happily. अरे भाई तेरे साथ क्या दुश्मनी है मेरा? So when I'm using the word reducing, I very simply give the meaning reducing the amount of chemical which is produced as a main product or a byproduct. A cyanide क्या main product है क्या byproduct है?
Byproduct.
Byproduct. Because हम लोग electroplating करते हैं. अभी देखो आप लोगों को electroplating नहीं समझ में आया. This is one metal which needs to be done with zinc. I'm using my keys. So सोच लो this is a zinc which is placed in anode or cathode. Anode में रहेगा. तो जब electroplating start होगा, electricity is passed on. यहाँ से जो zinc है किधर जाके settle होगा? The element which is placed on the
Cathode.
cathode. So in this process there is a substance which is formed. What is that substance called? Cyanide, which we have to reduce by following a suitable method. समझ में आया? बोलते हैं सर ये ज्योग्राफी में इतना साइंस हमको नहीं समझ में आया. I am giving simple 2-line definition right up. Under this process, there is a change of modern method. There is a change to a modern method, not of. There is a change to a modern method. Change to a modern method, which might lead to change to a modern method, which might lead to the formation of a harmful byproduct. Formation of a harmful byproduct in reduced quantity. Harmful byproduct in reduced quantity. Underline the word reduced quantity. Example, in zinc electroplatings. Example, in zinc electroplating, use of, I'm just trying to make a video for you. Use of chlorides instead of sulfate salt. Instead of sulfate salt. What is the next sentence looking at the volume? Will reduce the formation of what?
Cyanides.
Very good. Will reduce the formation of cyanides. Underline that example, reduce the formation of cyanide. Let us write the second heading. What is the second heading? Waste concentration. Let us give this reading to whom? To Ayan. Come on, Ayan. How can we go for the next one?
Sir, from the volume or textbook?
From the volume, I hope.
Sir, what page number?
Carry on. I'm waiting.
Sir, what is the page number?
So, क्या कर रहे थे? 259. Still now you have not opened the page number.
Sir, I just joined.
Okay, no problem. Let us give it to Unnati. Come on, Unnati. 259 B point. Waste concentration.
Waste concentration. By using scientific techniques such as precipitation and evaporation, the amount of liquid waste can be reduced. Incineration can be used to get rid of inflammable waste.
Very good. What is the meaning of the word incineration? Anybody? Acha, what is the first line saying? Come on, say. Let us give it to Swastika. She comes to be a little bit understanding this topic better. Yes, Swastika.
By using scientific techniques such as precipitation and evaporation, the amount of liquid waste can be reduced.
Normally, where you find normally liquid waste, in which substances or which one? Where you find normal chemical waste? Have you heard about this paint industry?
Yes.
अभी दिवाली के टाइम पर सबसे ज्यादा बिकने वाला कौन सा कमोडिटी है? As far as house decoration is concerned, is paint. Correct? So normally we always believe only one thing: when the paint is washed out, there are a lot of chemical substances which is added to the water. So क्या करना चाहिए हमको? उसको evaporate होना चाहिए. What does evaporation means? Let it pass on to the air. So there is a substance where we are going to add on. So before you write that next part, there is a small video which I am going to play in. Just watch it. Did I share the sound? Yes, already.
Management. Previously, we learnt about all the various steps involved in waste management, focusing mainly on transportation, treatment, and disposal of the waste. And as promised, today we'll know the various ways to manage waste better, which will also help us in reducing the very generation of waste. Yes, my friends, it is the principle of 7 R's. The first R is
Yeah, as far as our syllabus goes, we are using how many R's?
3.
Look at, they have added 4 more, but not for you guys.
rethink. We should rethink about our habits, our needs, or our basic necessities. We must actually think, do I really need this now? The second R is refuse. Refuse anything that will harm our environment. See, for example, countries like China, Bangladesh, Somalia has refused the use of plastic bag carriers.
These countries, what the speaker is mentioning, are they very well developed countries? Are they very developed countries? Yes or no? They are very, very underdeveloped countries. And even they have stopped using what? Stop using plastic. So that is that word rethink. Am I correct? Rethink is going on. Refuse.
By imposing a ban on it, we must think on how to avoid the use of something. The third R is reduce. This principle focuses on reduction in waste generation. This can be done by repairing, reusing, and sharing. Let's think of the ways to reduce the waste formation. The fourth R is reuse. Reuse means using something again or more than one time and thereby reducing the generation of waste. Here we must think of the ways to use a product to its fullest. The fifth R is recycle. It is reprocessing of unwanted materials into new, useful products.
What you got it?
Think of how we can make new products out of the old ones. The sixth R is regulate. We humans throw away the waste anywhere. Also, many industries release or dump their waste in natural water bodies and open spaces. To control these undesirable activities, there has to be some rules and regulations. It is equally necessary to keep a control on our activity. And the last one is research. We must research and develop new innovative ways to reuse the unwanted material and reduce the generation of waste. So think and develop. Friends, now we
You do, everyone, put the 7R in your notebook and we will write one sentences only of the 3 R's which are used in our syllabus. So put the heading in your notebook, leaving a small half a page. You write the principle of 7 R's. And let us write the first one that we are doing is reduce. Did they give reduce here? Yes, Avi, what happened?
Sir, like, share, and subscribe this video.
I didn't get you. अरे सर वॉल्यूम क्लियर नहीं है फिर से बोलो.
Sir, like this video.
Still I'm unable. एक काम करो, everyone put the heading 7 R's and first write reduce and then second you write reuse and third you write recycling. फिर बाकी बाद में लिख लेना. Are you guys understanding? Shall I use a note? A 7 R's लिखो, but for your exam you will be writing only 3 R's, correct? First you write down reduce. Is that the word first one? Yes. So everyone write down this is the first one. This is first one. What is second one? Reuse is the. This is second one. This is first one. It is going off. And third one is recycling. Look, is it visible in your screen? Oh my God. ये तो और भी होगा. The first one is this, reduce. Second one, you write down reuse. Is it visible in your screen?
Yes,
And
sir.
the third one, you write down recycling. And then you write other, only the heading. In exam, no need, nobody is going to ask you other four, but at least it will be a little bit informative. Reduce first, reuse second, and third is recycle. अभी बाकी copy कर दो, one below the other. If at all you get any projects or any work in this module, you can score good, very good marks, 7 hours. Did everyone write? All the 7 hours you have written?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just going to give one line the definition of what they had given. Then let's see. You write only that one only. So I'm going to play that.
Previously, we learnt about using treatment mainly on transportation, treatment, and disposal of the waste. Today, we'll know the various ways generation of waste. Yes, my friends. The first R is rethink.
This is not
Or a think. The second R is refuse. See, Somalia has by imposing a ban on use. This principle focuses on reduction in waste generation.
this we have it. You write down this in that same line. Reduce likana, reduction in waste generation. Easy to score marks in your board exam. What does reduce means? Let us go to the next one.
Is reuse. Reuse means using something again.
ये copy कर लो for reuse. Using something again or more than one time. In board exam, they'll ask you in one sentence. Next. Recycle we have.
Yes, reprocessing of unwanted materials into new useful products. Think of
ये कर लेना, reprocessing of unwanted material into new or useful, that is recycling. For recycling, you write down this. Other 4 R's, we are least bothered. So the main topic title you have got it: reduce, reuse and recycle. Everyone have written? Okay. I'll try to see if you get one more video, then I'll take you back to the topic. And what Adi was saying in between, I couldn't see that. क्या अभी क्या बोल रहा था? What were you saying?
Nothing, sir. I'll tell in next video.
I don't know. Sometimes, this is the other video. Just one. After that, I'll give you that small one.
Hello, I am the Earth. Yep.
That's not for you, Alec. Come on, let's write down what it is, that second point. Are you getting what I'm making you to write and see the video? Where is this Kanmai? Now you can see. Unnati. Now you can say I have to do each. Right? So let me switch the camera. Write down the second point. That is waste concentration. Under this process, use of new scientific techniques. Under this process, use of new scientific techniques especially in liquid waste. Especially in liquid waste, which can be reduced. Especially in liquid waste, which can be reduced using evaporation and precipitation technique. Which can be reduced using evaporation and precipitation technique. Underline precipitation and evaporation technique. Example, in case of, example, in case of hazardous chemical liquid substance, I'm careful with the word. In case of hazardous chemical substances, the waste can be reduced. The waste can be reduced by following incineration. I'm giving the meaning. What is incineration? Hyphen, destroying it by burning. Destroying it by burning. How many have seen some chemical factories में एक चिमनी रहता है? Long chimney. You might have seen जैसे वो गैस बाहर निकलता है, the gas starts burning. Have you seen any chemical while going or coming anyway? Next time when you are traveling with your friend, I think now Tanmay has traveled from where to where? Oh, she has gone to Kolhapur, Solapur and back to Mumbai. If at all next time you are traveling, Unnati is happy. Next time you are traveling, you see chemical factories, long chimneys are there. जैसे ही वो unwanted substance gas के रूप में बाहर आएगा ना, it will catch fire. So when it is burning, what that substance is burning? The waste is burning. Right? The third, segregation of waste. Under reducing, you write segregation of waste. Are you seeing it on the board? I am directly giving, or I am reading first. First of all, non-hazardous waste are separated from hazardous waste rather than dumping them together. So directly write out. It's not very difficult. It involves physical, manual or mechanical separation of. So what is mechanical? Machines or mechanical separation of harmful substances. Harmful substances, better known as segregation. One more sentence. Better known as segregation. One more sentence. This is highly important because before the dumping method, segregation is of great help. Before the dumping method, segregation is of great help. So now we have done with the first one, reducing. Is it very clear? Second one, what are we going to start?
Reuse.
Okay, put that heading main 2, reuse.
Repeat the last line. Can you please repeat the last line?
Yeah, please. Tanmay, read for your friend Unnati.
This is highly important because before the dumping method, segregation is of great help.
Segregation is of great help. Did you write? Okay, everyone write down reusing the waste. I'm directly giving. Point number 1. Who can read what did I made you to write in one sentence? What does that word reuse means? Ishani, read it. What is reusing technique?
Using something again or more than one time.
Yes. Do you do any time in your house? कौन सा substance को more than one time? What water? Oh, very good. Where do you use the water for? किसने बोला? आयन ने बोला या? Yes. Who said it? I said whatever water that you use for washing your vegetables, give it to the plants. Whatever water that we use it for washing our clothes, use it for your cleaning of cars. And whatever cut vegetables that we are having it, which we generally dump it in the dustbin, make it into
Compost.
composting. Is it organic or inorganic?
Organic.
Composting. So write down that. It simply refers to reusing of waste substances which may in turn help in not only reducing the waste but also turning the waste into useful substances, but also turning these substances into useful substances. Second point with which we will wind up. This process also helps in creating beautiful parks or gardens using waste products like, I don't know whether if you have gone to some picnic spots, you might have seen like this, tin cans, bottles, tin cans, bottles, come on, broken pieces of crockeries. ये तो सुना है ना, crockeries का broken pieces of crockeries. Example, a beautiful garden, hyphen उसका नाम है rock garden. Next time you go to Chandigarh, you should watch it. She's laughing. जब भी जाएगा देखिए. A beautiful rock garden is created in Chandigarh using the above listed substances which further helps in tourist attraction, and overall reduction in the waste. I hope you may not be able to understand what is this rock garden and when are we going to go to Chandigarh. Correct? Anyone have visited this place, Chandigarh? but not to this place. So I think your work. So the Chandigarh garden is right here. So my dear friends can watch all this. ये सर क्या सुबह सुबह हमको बुला के बोर कर रहा है ना? So you can see this rock garden. You will understand what is this example all about. Everyone able to? It's in Hindi. I hopefully you don't laugh at the.
हम लोग चंडीगढ़ रॉक गार्डन आए हुए हैं, जिसे दुनिया भर में बहुत ही सराहा गया है, क्योंकि ये जो रॉक गार्डन है, ये इसका जो भी आर्ट्स और स्कल्पचर्स आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे, वो सारा कुछ इंडस्ट्रियल या फिर अर्बन वेस्ट से बनाया गया है। ये इको फ्रेंडली गार्डन कहा जाता है। और आज मैं, प्रतीक और मेरे कजिन्स यहाँ पे आए हुए हैं। यहाँ की एंट्री फी जो है वो 30 पर पर्सन है, ₹30 एडल्ट्स के लिए, और बच्चों के लिए यहाँ पे 10 रुपए का चार्ज लगता है। और ये गार्डन 9 AM to 6 PM तक ओपन रहता है। ये जो गार्डन है, इसके क्रिएशन का क्रेडिट जो है वो नेक चंद जी को जाता है, जो अपने इमेजिनेशन एंड फैंटेसी को एक रियल रूप में ढाल दिए हैं। कहा जाता है कि एक लॉस्ट किंगडम के बारे में उन्होंने सोचा और जस्ट बना दिया इसे। ये गार्डन 1957 में स्टैब्लिश हुआ था और टोटल 40 एकड़ में ये फैला हुआ है। स्कल्पचर्स जो हैं उनमें बैंगल्स, सेरामिक पॉट्स, टाइल्स, बोटल्स, इलेक्ट्रिकल वेस्ट्स, इन सब का इस्तेमाल करके इसे बनाया गया है। यहाँ पे मैन मेड वाटरफॉल्स भी हैं। नेकचंद जी जो कि रोड इंस्पेक्टर थे इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट के, चंडीगढ़ कैपिटल प्रोजेक्ट के वो इंस्पेक्टर थे, तो उनको टोटल 20 साल लग गए इसे बनाने में। ये कितना अच्छा डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन है कि आप वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट को यूज करके, रिसाइकल करके उससे बहुत अच्छा कुछ क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। कहा जाता है कि नेकचंद ने आसपास के गांव से सारे वेस्ट को इकट्ठा किया था और वो ये काम जो बिल्कुल सीक्रेटली कर रहे थे। वो मिडनाइट में ये सारे काम किया करते थे ताकि लोगों को पता ना चल पाए। इनके वंडरलैंड के बारे में टोटल किसी को पता ही नहीं था, और जब तक किसी को पता चलता तब तक ये 2000 स्कल्पचर्स वहाँ पे बना चुके थे ऑलरेडी। उस समय अथॉरिटी भी ज़्यादा सपोर्ट नहीं करती थी, तो जब उन्हें पता चला कि इन्होंने ऐसा कुछ क्रिएट किया है, तो उन लोगों ने इसे डिमोलिश करने के बारे में भी बात की। लेकिन यहाँ के जो नॉर्मल जनरल पीपल थे, उन लोगों ने बहुत ही सहारा दिया, उन लोगों ने बताया, और इस कारण से अथॉरिटी और गवर्नमेंट ने भी बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट किया इन्हें। और गवर्नमेंट ने तो बकायदा इन्हें सैलरी भी दी और कुछ वर्कफोर्स भी दे दिए ताकि इनका काम जो है वो पूरा हो जाए। यहाँ माना जाए तो लगभग 500 लोग आ ही जाते हैं दिन भर में। इस गार्डन का लेआउट जो है किसी लॉस्ट किंगडम जैसा ही है पूरा, क्योंकि रॉक गार्डन के टोटल 14 डिफरेंट चेम्बर्स हैं, और या फिर आप कहें तो इसे दरबार भी कह सकते हैं, जिनमें सामने वाले हिस्से में नेचुरल रॉक फॉर्म्स हैं, रॉयल पोर्ट्स हैं, म्यूजिशियन चैम्बर हैं, जिसके साथ में एक पॉन्ड है और छोटा छोटा हट भी बनाया हुआ है। और जो मेन कोर्ट है वहाँ राजा का सिंहासन बनाया हुआ है, साथ में नेचुरल स्टोन्स फॉर्म्स में गॉड्स एंड गॉडेसेस को भी दर्शाया गया है। एक स्विमिंग पूल भी है जहाँ पे दर्शाया गया है कि रानियाँ आके यहाँ पे स्नान आदि कर सकती थी। जो दूसरा फेज है गार्डन का, उसमें ग्रैंड पैलेस कॉम्प्लेक्स, मीनार, वाटरफॉल, और ओपन एरिया है, जिसे ओपन एयर थिएटर भी मान सकते हैं आप। एक विलेज जैसा पूरा फॉर्म दिया गया है और माउंटेन्स भी वहाँ पे बनाए गए हैं। ओवर ब्रिजेस हैं बहुत सारे, फिर पेवेलियंस है एरिया जो रॉयल प्लेजर के लिए बनाया जाता था, तो वो सारे चीज़ यहाँ पे दर्शाए गए हैं। और इवन यहाँ पे तो ट्री का भी स्कल्पचर बनाया गया है, जो कि आपको देख के लगेगा कि सही में मतलब ट्री है। जब आप सामने जाएंगे तो पता चलेगा ये तो मतलब सीमेंटेड है। तो बहुत ही पावरफुल कॉन्सेप्ट है, जो कि देखिए ये बिल्कुल रियल लग रहा है, जैसे पेड़ का जड़ है, लेकिन ये है नहीं। तो ऐसे बहुत पावरफुल तरह से इसे बनाया गया है, बहुत ही अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट दिया गया है इसे। हम लोगों ने सच में बहुत ही एंजॉय किया यहाँ आके। अगर आपको कभी भी चंडीगढ़ आने का मौका मिले तो यहाँ जरूर आएगी। देखिए प्रतीक मेरा फोटो ले रहा है। ये सारे पोस्ट्स और फोटोग्राफ्स तो मैं अपने वेबसाइट vedix.in पे डाल ही दूंगी।
Okay, at least guys, you are able to understand what is this rock garden all about. Let me give it a very short one. At least you got it. It is entirely created using what? Using which substances?
Waste materials.
This is in English, I think. We just take in 2 minutes and then take it.
July 7th, 1988.
This is in a nutshell. The entire rock garden. Much people sketches. Okay, let's turn our attention back to our topic. So everyone are sitting in Bombay and gone back to Chandigarh and come back. So at least you know what is rock garden. Yes, sir. Recycling. Write down 2 lines, and after that the next para starts. It merely includes physical and chemical process. Physical and chemical process. It merely includes physical and chemical process. And you have to start writing. It merely includes.
Yes,
thank you. Physical and chemical process of recycling every possible waste, not all, recycling every possible waste, before it is dumped. Before it is dumped. You understand dumping? Second point. In India, use of sugarcane bakse. You remember what is bakse? The waste of sugarcane after crushing it, correct? use of sugarcane wastage bakse for anybody? Paper making. Sugarcane wastage bakse for paper making and packaging material of dairy products. That's it. Change the para. This will wind up this main heading. Then I'll make you to learn only from the volume. No right. Okay. Of dairy products. Dairy products. Change the para. That's a small 2 or 3 line. That's it. Government initiatives. Government initiatives. Now, when you look at this rock garden, anybody tell me, onliners, what's something new you found out? What new you found out? Nothing. People going in and around. Let us give it to Unnati. Unnati, what did you find out? Something new?
Creative sculptures made of.
Wonderful. Creative sculptures. That's great. Ayan?
Sir, that it's written, it is your property, but we still have to pay an entrance fee to enter it.
He doesn't want to pay the money for it. That's okay. Swastika.
Sir, at first, the government didn't support Nekjan. They wanted to demolish his sculptures. But then when the local people protested, so then they allowed it. And then they supported it very well.
She's a hardcore protester, Swastika. Very good. Good girl. Come on, Ishani. What did you observe? ईशानी स्माइल देती हो बस हमको एक 2 पैकेट चिप्स दे दो और एक पानी दे दो हम उधर भी जाके खा पी के बाहर आ जाएंगे How about Avi? That video was entirely new, something for us, is it? Mumbai में तो हम लोग ने कभी ऐसा पार्क नहीं देखा, मुंबई या नवी मुंबई. How about Shreyas?
Yeah, it was nice. One made from reusing the old used products.
Reusing the old products instead of creating wastage. Good. What is Vrishika or Vrishita? Is it? Vrishita, what did you observe? Oh, it might be audio problem. Let us give it to Tanmay. Tanmay, on her behalf, I am saying, if that rock garden was not created, imagine in that same place, so much amount of wastages will be collected. Correct? But instead of making that place a dumping yard, what that Nekchan, his name, Nekchan, used his knowledge or his ideas to make it into a picnic spot. What you and me do? We go to a picnic spot, 1 day picnic, morning jaake evening aa jata hai. What do we make that picnic spot? Pura dump yard bana dete. And especially I've seen girl children are very happy. Mummy ne chips diya, mummy ne ye packet diya, mummy ne wo khane diya. Jo chahiye khao picnic mein. No, nothing is going to stop. But where do we throw around? Choda sir, picnic spot hai. Kharab chado. है ना? You go that same spot after 1 day you visited, you'll see इतना कचरा किसने डाला? मतलब कल तुम लोग ही आके. Correct. So now when I'm using the word government initiatives, we say only one thing. It is not the duty of government alone. It is the duty of you and me. Anytime you have thrown even your chocolate wrapper properly in a dustbin, chocolate मुंह के अंदर गया, paper हवा में डाल दिया. किया है? So next time when you are doing this, at least rethink. Rethink what? Government is not going to come behind you. I don't know how many have gone to VT railway station. Anytime if you go recently, I've seen not now, long time I have visited, not visited, went for some work. There are some inspectors, BMC inspectors, not inspectors, they are normal people only. And we Mumbaikars have this, not we, some Mumbaikars have this bad habit of munching some red color substance. उसको शायद हिंदी में पिचकारी बोलते हैं, है ना? And कहीं भी दीवार देखा तो पिचकारी मार देने का. It's like do not spit. The board is गायब. Because हमारा मुंबई का वही ढूंढता है किधर लिखा है do not spit. उसको पहला बंद कर. And to be very frank with you, the BMC officer asked you to pay 250 rupees fine that you have spit on that wall. फिर अपना मुंबई गए क्या साहब फिर पैसा नहीं है ना मेरे पास तो तुरंत बोलता no problem, I've got a bottle of phenyl and a brush. तो बोलता क्या ये लो clean कर. Imagine all the people are going left and right and one gentleman with blazer tie is cleaning his own spit. How beautiful scene it is. He feels so much insulted. Next 10 days at least he will be hungry. Oh my God, mera thuk mujhe hi saaf kar raha hai. I don't know how many watch MTV news channel. Earlier I used to watch MTV and V channel. No? It's channels where, I don't know, now it is in the air. There is a person called Cyrus Barucha. Have you heard about Cyrus? He's a wonderful MJ or VJ, like video jockey. He goes around the city of Mumbai and he tries to find out the people who wears a helmet, parks the bike in one corner and use the, understood, Aage. Sir, washroom facility. And he not only catches them, but he also asks them to remove the helmet and show the face. Environment ke saath mein kya jati kar. Have you seen Navi Mumbai? Signals have something called as e-toilet. What is that e-toilet? Instead of going in a open, now at least go there. Hardly I think 2 rupees or 5 rupees ka kuch charges rehta hai. When you put in, it automatically opens. But how many of you and me, at least we can't blame the girls at least, the boy sections are the wonderful people. So next time when we are finding all this, we have to give them a little bit of knowledge. Please don't do it. It's like Sulabh Sauchalaya coming in half a kilometer away. फिर हमारा बच्चा बोलता है सर सुलभ शौचालय नजदीक आ रहा है सर, बोले तुझे कैसे मालूम? सर दूर से इतना बदबू है, फिर उसमें 4 जन बंद करके अंदर भी जाकर भी आते हैं, हमको दूर से ही उसका बदबू सहन नहीं होता है, but 10 people are all waiting out. क्या करें? Population problem, their also. So now when I'm going to give you 2 lines of government initiatives, government is penalizing them, government is educating them. अभी ये जो chapters है, अभी मेरा लेक्चर के बाद बोलेगा अरे यार कुछ नहीं ना, अलगेश ने क्या पढ़ा है, पूरा 2-3 वीडियो दिखाया हमको और जो हमको मालूम है वही सिखा रहा था. Nothing new. We were expecting hours and rules. उसने कुछ भी नहीं आज बोला. But these are very simple things you have to understand. I don't know how many of you know a place called, not a place, a country called Norway. What about Norway? Last, I think 7 years, they have stopped using toothpaste with a box. You understand? हमारा हर एक toothpaste box में पैक होके आता है. Toothpaste. दंत मंजन नहीं. Toothpaste. How many of you feel that toothpaste का box का कुछ use है? How many of you and me use that toothpaste का box? वो निकाल के फेंकते हैं and toothpaste ही तो use करना है. So Norway has banned any company which is packing the toothpaste in a box. Imagine अगर एक company ने अगर वो ban किया, how much amount of paper can be saved? Are you understanding? So this Norway government has done long before. Did you not see it in the video? Which place? African country, na? They have banned the use of what? Plastics. And let me tell you, plastics are not very ordinary substance. They are highly dangerous. अभी ये मुंबई में जब भी rainfall आता है, flooding क्यों होता है? Excessive use of plastic. Flooding का और plastic का क्या संबंध है? Anybody?
The drain pipes, they get choked because
wonderful.
of
All the wonderful drains of Mumbai are get choked by this plastic. And to be very frank, if you moved outskirts of Bombay, there are many houses on the heaps of the plastic only. Dekha? Oh, I don't know which area I have seen while traveling in a train. We can see full of unwanted plastics, and children are playing in it, and families are living in it. Poor children. Okay, so let us write this government initiative and finish this heading, this lecture only. Government initiative. Both central and state government. Both central and state government makes use of, both central and state government makes use of several measures to control ever growing increase in the overall waste, ever growing increase in the overall wastage. Full stop. Overall wastage. Point number 1. Ministry of Environment and Forests. Ministry of Environment and Forests strictly implements schemes for degradation of land and water, conservation of natural resources, and strict laws for environment protection. That's it for this lecture. There is good 15 minutes. I'm going to just tell you which are the main questions that you have to study from this chapter. Okay, don't go into the details, because anyway this chapter doesn't have a huge problem in understanding. Go to page number 264 in your volume, everyone. Page number 264.
Sir, can you please repeat the last line?
Oh my dear, एक मिनट रुको. तुम्हारा दोस्त इधर बैठा है. Can you see your friend? She is going to repeat for you. वो भी आप लिखिए. This girl is a real dream wonder. Ministry of Environment and Forests strictly implements schemes. Schemes का क्या spelling? For degradation of land and water, conservation of natural resources, strict laws for environmental protection. देखो तुम्हारा दोस्त भी इतना perfectly लिखा है. Strict laws for environmental protection. Schemes के कैसे? SCHEMES. पूछो मेरे से. HEMES. Okay. Now come to page number 264, everyone. I'm just going to discuss the question answers. You just ask me which answers, because I don't know any of your schools are going to go in detail like what I'm doing. Okay. The first question: name the process involved in reducing the waste. Go to that reducing para and see. Name the process. Which process? Ayan will be coming up with the answer. Ayan तभी आया ही नहीं था class में. आया था?
Sir, when at the start?
No. And now, today. Swastika, were you there? What is the process called as?
The changing process, waste.
Very good. Everyone, changing process. Second question. What do you mean by recycling of waste? Let us give it to Unnati. Read that only one line. What is recycling of waste?
Reprocessing of unwanted waste materials into new useful products.
Very good. Explain clearly how waste can be reduced by changing process of production. Process of production. ये हम लोग ने किस में किया है? Tell me, out of the 3 stages, we have done that electroplating. Find out the answer for this. Process of production, just check where I have given the answer.
Change of process.
But what does change of process involves? You're not finding any
method for production of a yes, to reduce the formation of harmful byproducts.
Very good. I have given in the notes. Am I correct? Nobody is finding it. Let us go to the next one. What can an individual do to reduce the waste at home as well as in the office? Pick up this and write the answer right now in your world. I think if I give it will be a monotonous answer. Are you seeing? Let's see, everyone. Write only 4 points. 2 points, what you do at home. You're not going to office, but imagine your mother and father is going to the office. Imagine kya log jate hai na. You be them and then write 2 stages in your house. In fact मैंने house का मैंने दिया भी है. Come on, write 2 steps in your house and 2 stages in your office. If you want office वाला मैं दे देता हूँ. Today all other folks are sleeping, I think. Ayan, why didn't you join on Thursdays and Fridays online lectures?
Sir, I was actually outstation.
Now you are back in Bombay?
Yes.
But I could see some Nehru batch students joined even from sitting in outstation.
So there was no internet there.
Where were you?
Sir, I was in Karnataka.
Oh, great. Hubli?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought come on. Hubli mein kidhar?
Sir, like I traveled to Hubli, then I went to Belgaum.
You went to Devang? Where is it?
Belgaum.
Oh, Belgaum. Okay. Come on, write. For the houses I've already given. Use of whatever. You write it in sentences. Except Ishani, Nerul branch se kaun aaya? Avi aaya hai. Nihar, you are from which branch, boy?
Sir, Kopar Khairne branch.
Oh, अच्छा तेरा वीडियो नहीं तो मुझे दिखना नहीं है. And Shreyas is from which batch?
Nerul, sir.
Oh, great. So Nerul 1, 2, Vrishika is also there, but Vrishika is not. Vrishika, what is your video, audio? Oh, she just logged in and slept. Vrishika, no idea. Come on, write. For the houses you write. Offices are giving. Ask to Admira. Once you finish houses related, you tell me, then I'll give you office related. And then the next lecture, I'll be doing some important part of your UNO and NAM question answers. Okay? You missed the class.
So we were left with this, no, not with agencies, this UNICEF and WHO.
Very good. I will do that. That's very important. UNICEF and WHO, is it?
Yes, so those are parts of.
Thank you. So Swastika is such interestingly asking everything. Other speeches are saying, "This is very important. Humko malum hai." Don't worry. UNICEF is very important, and even the other body. I have to show you wonderful videos. Unnati madam क्यों नहीं आया था? Friday and Thursday.
Sir, I attended only one lecture.
But why not the other lecture?
I was not knowing.
ठीक है. कल से रेडियो announcement होने वाला. ठीक है, it's okay. You watch the videos. Anyway, recorded videos are all there. And why Ishani is in a very sad mood today? ये इसको देख के कुछ नहीं हुआ. कोल्हापुर सोलापुर जाकर आई है. ठीक है. Did everyone write? Shall I give it for the office wala?
Yes, sir.
Everyone have written? Anybody? Let me hear it from Ayan. Ayan is an interesting guy. He writes something out of the blue. कुछ नया नया लिखता है. Ayan, let me hear what did you write for a house? इसका सुन के कभी-कभी मुझे भी चक्कर आता है. ये बायोलॉजी लिख रहा है या केमिस्ट्री लिख रहा है या फिर ज्योग्राफी. And show your face to everyone. At least there are many girls want to see who's this Ayan character. अच्छे से दिखाना कैमरा में. ये क्या है? सिर्फ तेरा ये. No. I want to see you, man. Forget about the girls. He's very shy. ठीक से और अच्छे से कैमरा को एडजस्ट कर. कैमरा ऊपर जा रहा है और नीचे जाता है. What is this? है ना उन्नति? ऊपर के ना ब्रांच में तो बहुत बड़बड़ करता है. Adjust the camera properly. तू try a camera ऊपर नीचे जा. What is the camera?
There was a laptop, that lid thing. It's
Okay. उसको पीछे से support दे.
no.
Read the points.
Sir, I waited for you to tell.
हाँ ठीक है ना. Read तो कर.
Means so you are going to tell for the homes, na?
No, I am going to tell for office.
Oh, okay.
अच्छा एक मिनट. You have written for office?
No, I was waiting. I thought you were going to tell the homes.
That's very bad. Come on, let us hear it from Swastika first point.
So, using the other side of the printed paper for making notes or any other rough work.
Very good. मतलब पापा जो भी ऑफिस से पेपर लेकर आता है, स्वस्तिका पूरा छीन कर उसमें नोट्स बनाती है. Next, उन्नति.
We can use vegetable and fruit peels as a manure for the soil.
मतलब मम्मी वेजिटेबल लेकर आता है डायरेक्टली सॉइल में डालेगा.
Vegetable peels.
अच्छा vegetable peas. What does that peas mean?
Peels.
अच्छा तो you should write cut part of the vegetable. Okay, very good. Ishani. हाँ? ये सब एक ही जैसे. Smile बाद में आंसर अभी. ठीक है ना?
Water can be used for manure and the soap water can be used for washing the car and वगैरह.
Okay, वगैरह. We don't want वगैरह. What did you write? Good. Hey Avi, did you sleep? उसका फोटो के नीचे एडवाइजरी कुछ लिखा है. फोटो में भी वायरस है. Let us get it from Tanmay. Tanmay, what did you write?
Vegetable peels.
She has written all vegetable peels. Write down for offices. 2 points. Quick. Use of scrap papers. Use of scrap papers for unofficial purposes. Use of scrap paper for unofficial purposes. Next. Hey, what else is the wastage in the office? If at all you know. ज़्यादा waste क्या होता है?
Sir, paper cups, drinking tea and coffee.
Oh my God, paper cups. उसको क्या करेंगे हम लोग paper cups को?
Sir, we can keep a steel cup in the office so that we can use that.
हाँ. Stop using of plastic and paper cups in the offices. Stop usage of plastic and paper cups in the offices. One more sentence. Use of biodegradable packaging material. समझा ना? Instead of plastic. Use of biodegradable packaging material instead of plastics. Use of biodegradable plastic material in case of plastic. Change the para. Hence, waste reduction needs to be followed efficiently. Hence, waste reduction needs to be followed efficiently, both at homes, offices, and even at school level. आप लोग both at schools, home, offices, and at school level as well. So we got 4 minutes to go for the first lecture. So there is one serious question they have asked. Just tell me when you are able to write the answer for its own, or shall I give it in a bullet points format? What harm is done to the environment by building big dams? Because we have this in that Sardar Sarovar project, Narmada. Will you be able to write at least 5 big points on your own?
Sir, you will give the answer to this one.
Better. Copy down the question in your notebook. What harm is done to the environment by building big dams? What harm is done to the environment? Ishani, write down the question. By building big dams. Oh, written already. Start the answer. Multi-purpose dam construction. Multi-purpose dam construction is highly beneficial for agriculture. Multi-purpose dam construction is highly beneficial for agriculture, but for the environment, it is a highly destructive process. But for the environment, it's highly destructive process. PROCESS. Point number 2. Large-scale deforestation. Large-scale deforestation of the catchment area. You understand what is catchment? The area in which that dam is constructed. Large-scale deforestation of the catchment area. Second, diverting the course of the river. Diverting the course, COURSE. Diverting the course of the river might add to the existing floods. Diverting the course of the river might add to the existing floods. Next point. It also destroys. It also destroys depositional work of a river. Destroys or destructs, not destroys. Destructs the depositional work of a river. Second last point. Deforestation may affect the wildlife, existing wildlife, and earning activity of tribal people or rural people. कभी इतना सोचा इतना बड़ा प्रॉब्लम्स रहेगा मतलब डैम्स के लिए? Deforestation of the tribal people.
Deforestation may affect the existing wildlife and earning. What's up?
Earning part of the rural people. Last point. Hence, construction of dams is inevitable. Inevitable, matlab which cannot be stopped. Is inevitable. My good student. Inevitable, but can be implemented with due consideration of environmental degradation. Implemented with due consideration, मतलब environment को destroy नहीं करना, with due consideration of the environmental degradation. So we are meeting exactly after 15 minutes, and as she asked me, UNICEF, and what is the other body, Swastika?
Sir, UNICEF and WHO, UNESCO, all.
Okay, I'll show you some videos of that also. Thank you. We'll meet after 15 minutes, sharp by 11. Thank you. Is Ami back? Come on, turn your videos on quickly. Good. And is joined. Who else? Swastika, I see. Before I take you to that history chapter of what do you call it? This one. Okay, so what we do before I take you to that UNO and that NAM related, there are some few headings. We'll wind up this entire process and then we'll jump into that because that will take a good deal of time, not this one.
Sir, so what are we starting first?
I'm going to finish off the waste management, which we are doing it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we will go ahead what Swastika has asked me because that is more timing and I have to do it in detail. Okay. So where did I leave on that page 248? Yeah. Page number 248. Did I leave there? No, not there. Is it? Not 248. I was in page number government initiative. It was on page number 260. Correct? Which I have already given it in your notebook. Now go down to page number 261. Social initiative. Just mark 1 or 2 points. And then if you need, I'll explain and we'll go ahead like that. Okay, page number 261, social initiatives, open bracket from the first sentence. Environmental protection is not the responsibility of the government alone. All sections of the society have to participate in this endeavor. Okay, what is endeavor? Above you write project. Endeavor, project, whatever it is. Next para. Therefore, the society has to play an important role, open bracket, the society has to play, in maintaining environmental standards. Underline that word, environmental standards. Now, point number 1. Duty of each individual to see his or her action, underline, do not pollute. Itna hi add karo. Understanding? Next. If air and water resources in an area are unfit and do not meet the acceptable standard, the people of that area, the people of that area can organize themselves and force responsible agencies to take necessary action. Did you see? Open bracket from the people, close bracket, necessary action. Then the public, if suitable action is not forthcoming, open bracket, under the laws of the land, file a PIL. Who can tell me full form PIL? Public interest litigation. Very good. Let's go ahead. That's enough. No need for more. Then go down to page number 262. Individual initiative. Under that, role of open bracket. Every individual is environmental protection is of great importance. Close the bracket. It can be done in the following. Point number 1. I'm just ticking, these are very small points. 1, 2, and 3 tick down. 4 also cut down the use of CFC. Up till CFC only. Don't go ahead. Then come below. Use of CFC free refrigerator. Did you see? Just tick it. Save electricity by not wasting it when not required. Open bracket from save when not required, close bracket. Adopt and popularize, just tick it. That's it. Now I'm asking you to read both what did you mark in page number 261 and 262. Only the points, or even if you need extra, I'm there to explain. And then we'll go ahead, previous 2 chapters, then I'll take you to UNO. The points that I marked for you in your volume, you may come up with some queries or some doubts. Today I am coming into Nerul evening, a regular lectures for 10th ICSE, correct? Ishani, where I think we are going on with manufacturing industries, am I correct? I'll be continuing that. Similarly, I'll be coming to even Khoparkena branch. I didn't touch that topic called agriculture, am I correct? I'll be continuing regularly that. This is for all the branches at one go. We are finishing common portions. So ऐसे नहीं कि online आया तो फिर उस दिन बोलने का नहीं मैं तो online attend किया. Online is a different set, and offline I am going to continue respective branch. अभी जैसे Nerul has finished the some part, Kharghar has finished some part, something like that. Are you understanding? So don't get confused. When I'm coming to Nerul, there is different portion. When I'm coming to Kharghar, there is different portion, and when I'm coming to Sanpada, again some different portion. But all the branches, when they meet together, that is today, tomorrow, and day after. Am I correct? Tuesday and Wednesday also we are meeting. We'll be doing portion which is common for all. So, now for this chapter, there are some important paragraphs based on which we'll get direct questions in your board exam. Segregation ये सब तो उस दिन मैंने किया. Am I correct? Dumping में come to page number this 254. Good, Durvesh has turned this video on. Good boy.
Yes, sir.
Come to page number 254. Put a star mark to open dumping, sanitary landfills, and okay. Now I'm going to only mark and explain. You can just easily understand and directly write these sentences if they ask you. Especially, there are 2 questions expected from dumping and sanitary landfills. Okay, I'm reading it personally so that you can easily mark. In this method, open bracket, waste materials are dumped in open lowlands far away from the city, close bracket. Make a small rectangular box. This method, open bracket, open the box, not environmental friendly. Do you accept that this is not environmental friendly?
Yes,
Can I get some points from you guys? Open yard में जाके डाल के आ जाता है NMMC. Why it is not environmental friendly? उधर तो कोई रहता नहीं है ना?
Sir, but any chemical from the waste materials may leak. It may enter any stream or river.
Okay, any chemicals may leak. Second, what is the other danger? The birds can pick up and throw it in some other part. Most probably the rats and the mice. I don't know how many of you have experienced in Navi Mumbai as a winter season.
The house flies too.
Alright, we have the problem of this malaria. You know what is this malaria? Malaria is highly controllable, but especially winter time, then we have cholera. You know what is cholera?
Yes.
A waterborne disease. वो waste से पूरा जाएगा. And it may be stray dogs. You know what are stray dogs? Which may feed on them. So open dumping is a highly dangerous one. अभी every government क्या बोलता है? Open dumping नहीं होना चाहिए. ये पुराना method था. So let us see the second point.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
It also, like, it also get the aesthetic flow of that particular place.
Very good. Hey, what does that mean? Word aesthetic. ये मेरे लिए बहुत important लगता है. Good girl. What is the meaning of word aesthetic here?
Like its value.
Oh, really? एक छोटा example दूं. I hope you don't mind it. Generally, I've seen certain, not I don't go to enter into many of the houses. Certain houses, you just open the door, you'll get a wonderful aroma. Not from the kitchen. I don't want to name the community. I hope you understand. वो क्या बोलता है? वो हाँ वो लक्ष्मी धूप या ऐसा कुछ रहता है ना. Morning and evening they do it, and it's like as Unnati was explaining, एक aesthetic value कुछ नया. वाह, temple जैसा माहौल है. But you go to some houses, अंदर घुसते ही पहले दो शैतान लोग आएंगे. पहला आकर कौन है तू? मेरे घर में क्या कर रहा है? वो छोटे बच्चे, not big. And the big element also will come. Who? Why? I said ये काम. So, बोले यार ये घर पे दोबारा घुसना ही नहीं. One more line. In America, the highest paid jobs are marketing jobs. And people love to go to one door to another. I tell all my American friends, एक दिन आप बॉम्बे या नवी मुंबई में मार्केटिंग कर लो, जिंदगी में तो मार्केटिंग भूल जाए. What do we do? Ting tong, we just open the door. क्या है? पहला क्वेश्चन में बेचारा डर जाएगा. सर मैं ना धोम. फिर से बेचारा टेंशन में टिंग टोंग. क्या है? सर ये लास्ट डे धोम. फिर से बेचारा डेरिंग करके करता है. अब तेरा टांगे तोड़ो. हाँ? कब से मुझे डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है? सर वो क्या है ना, आपका मनी ऑर्डर आया सर, पैसा देना. अच्छा, ये पहले क्यों नहीं बोला? मतलब जब तक वो पैसा देने के लिए आता तो वी आर वेरी हैप्पी. Sorry, I live in the same area where this Palm Beach Sanpada branch is located. I remember the first time the local party people came to my house. Election. Namaskar, Manulhan. फिर आप क्या करते हैं? मेरा टीचर. वेरी गुड. फिर आप इलेक्शन. हाँ हाँ थोड़ा बच्चा. फिर आप कौन? मैं इधर का कैंडिडेट है. मतलब वेरी गुड. तो फिर आप वोट देंगे? मतलब नहीं दूंगा. इलेक्शन कार्ड ही नहीं बनता. तो फिर कितना लोग हैं घर में? बोले कोई भी नहीं. क्यों? अभी तक किसी का इलेक्शन कार्ड ही नहीं है. अच्छा ठीक है. तो आपको क्या लगता है कौन सा पार्टी जीतेगा? मतलब कोई भी जीतो, हमारा रोड अभी तक बना नहीं है. नाम है पाम बीच, पर कुछ भी नहीं है. ना पाम है ना बीच है. आई टोल्ड हिम स्ट्रेट. वेरी गुड सर, आप बहुत अच्छे बोलते हैं. आप जैसे लोग ही हमको चाहिए. मतलब तेरे जैसे लोग मुझे नहीं चाहिए जो कुछ काम नहीं करता है और वोट मांगने के लिए दरवाजा पे आ जाता है. ठीक है सर, हम दोबारा मिलेंगे. बोला हाँ 5 साल के बाद आएगा तो दोबारा. I don't want to name that person. Now he is a corporator in our area. Unfortunately, I met him last week for some other reason. He was very happy. अच्छा सर, हाँ ठीक है. हमारे एरिया में. हाँ ठीक है. फिर क्या करें सर? मतलब अभी भी वही काम कर. फिर मुझे उनसे पूछने का था, सर आप क्या करें? अभी भी वही काम कर रहा हूँ सर. सबको उल्लू बनाने का काम है. So why I'm trying to say that one aesthetic value. If you go outside, I think Navi Mumbai, I don't know which part of Navi Mumbai they dump it. Now we don't find anything. Hills, you understand hills? Hills किसका बना हुआ है? तन्मय प्रॉपर्ली. कचरा का ढेर है उधर. और हमारे गरीब बच्चे उसी पे चढ़ जाते हैं. मम्मी ये क्या बना है? मम्मी बोलते कुछ नहीं बना, चुपचाप आ रहा तो अंदर खो जाएगा तो फिर कोई ढूंढेगा नहीं तुझे. ऐसे ही डांप पैड लेके जाएगा. You go to Navi, I think I have gone to Bombay side. I don't know which part of that area. Next to that Kalwa and other area. I can't name. Majority of the houses are very close to the dump yard. And sorry to say, हमारा India का future. I'm understanding India का future कौन? हमारे बच्चे. बस उसी में खेलते हैं. And if you have not seen a movie called Millionaire movie, उसके पहले एक गंदा word लिखा है उन लोग ने, Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes, sir.
That has got more than I think 4 or 5 Oscar awards. And sorry to say, they have shown all unwanted things about India. धारावी के बारे में उन्होंने दिखाया है. कभी आएगा OTT पे, कभी देखना. Beautiful movie, but made by an American producer director. His name was Danny Boyle. Good thing American news बंदा ने इंडिया के ऊपर मूवी बनाया. A. रहमान का म्यूजिक है. And Amitabh Bachchan was to be casted because वो कौन बनेगा करोड़पति का सेट से मूवी स्टार्ट होता है. अमिताभ बच्चन ने बोला मैं ऐसा मूवी में काम नहीं करूंगा जिसमें मेरा कंट्री के बारे में आप खराब दिखाता. So instead of Amitabh Bachchan, who played the role? Amitabh Bachchan's role in that movie. You haven't watched. I'll showcase that. You will at least understand what is waste management. I'll show that clip.
Anil Kapoor sir it was.
Anil Kapoor played, and it is a movie which goes about of the two little boys. तो बेचारे कैसे गंदगी में रहते हैं, कैसे कचरे में फैलते हैं. And movie is good, but I didn't like. Not I. Many Indians did not like because it is show causing to foreign. देखो मुंबई कितना कचरा है. Sorry to say, you go to some parts of America, not all, some parts of America, which is worse than Dharavi. तो अभी हमारे से इंडिया से कोई प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर अमेरिका में जा रहा है और उस कचरा का मूवी बना, वो लोग बनाने देंगे? So this is India. So whenever we use that word open dump yard, never show that India is having only the negative part. Do we have positive things as well? Yes. You go to Gate of India, many of the foreigners, they take the pictures of Gate of India and other scenes. And जितना भी beggars है उनका group photo भी लोग लेता है. हाँ, and हमारा beggars बोलते हैं, देखा 10 रुपए देता नहीं है और अमेरिकन बंदा मेरा फोटो ले रहा है और $2 भी दिया उसने. उन्होंने ये फोटो किधर लेके जाएगा, उसके घर पे टांगेगा वो. He will show to every American. देखा मुंबई, गरीब मुंबई. ये हमारे लोग ये पूरा फटे हुए ड्रेस के साथ बड़ा-बड़ा पोज देते रहते हैं. So we always believe that Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, especially Navi Mumbai, I don't know which cleanest city. I think 12th or below 10th only. Navi Mumbai is considered to be the top 10 cleanest city in India today. At least it's unlike Mumbai. Mumbai, you might have traveled. One is the congestion, traffic. गाड़ी लेके जाने से ज्यादा पार्किंग करने का टेंशन रहता है. बेटर हम लोग बस में या ट्रेन में चले जाते हैं, पार्किंग नहीं चाहिए. क्योंकि मैं उधर बैठा हूँ मैरिज में, मेरा फैमिली या डिस्टेंस, बट टेंशन है मेरा कार कब टोइंग करके लेके जाएगा. और मैरिज से बाहर आके देखा, जैसे मैंने सोचा कार नहीं है जगह पे, गया. फिर मैंने वो दूल्हा दुल्हन को लेकर आई, जरा तुम्हारा शादी में गया, मैं निकालो 1500 रुपए. बोले क्यों सर, कार गया ना टोइंग. At least in Navi Mumbai we do not have that problem. You go to that King Circle, Sion area, waterlogging area, and sorry to say many cars are driven by some garib people in that area. आपको मालूम नहीं आपका कार पानी में फंस गया, there are 4 people who are pushing your car without your permission. आप बोलेगा कितना हेल्पफुल बंदे, और आपका कार स्टार्ट भी करवा देंगे, फिर तुरंत एक लड़का सामने आ जाएगा, निकलो 1000 रुपए. बोले किस बात का, कार का यही हमारा बिजनेस है, सुबह से शाम तक यही करते हैं. Sorry to say, I came back to India after I think 3 or 4 years of my abroad work. Before I could keep my luggages into my car, the taxi, airport taxi, there are 2-3 people who were helping me. मतलब वाह, इंडिया 4 साल में इतना क्या सुधर गया. आप हटो सर, आप हटो. बोले नहीं मैं करूँ, नहीं आप हटो, साइड में खड़े रहो. एक बंदा उठा के ऊपर डाल रहा है, एक बंदा डिक्की में डाल रहा है, एक बोले सांप को बराबर लेके जाने का, घर पे हमारा सांप है. मतलब मैं तुझे देख रहा, चुप बैठो सांप, मैं इसके बाद. And I'm so happy my Mumbaikar is helping me. सब हुआ, मैं टैक्सी के अंदर बैठा, फिर बोला ठीक है धन्यवाद. बोले किस बात का, निकालो. मतलब क्या निकालने का. I thought अभी किया तो I started taking some Indian currency. नहीं, डॉलर है क्या. मतलब डॉलर, इंडिया में क्यों डॉलर चाहिए. Like swastika was puzzled, even I was puzzled. गांधी जी नहीं चलता है, चलता रहेगा. हम इधर हाथ लगाते तो डॉलर के लिए हाथ लगाएंगे. तो मैंने बोला सॉरी मैंने नहीं ला. क्यों, ये ऐसा पूछ रहे जैसे कि इसने मुझे उधर अमेरिका में बेच के कमाने के लिए लेके गया. तो मैंने सॉरी मैंने नहीं लाया. एक दो बोला अरे उठा के नीचे रख, इसके हाथ में डॉलर नहीं है बोलते. बोला अरे रहने दे, नहीं हम नीचे रखेंगे. Are you understanding? These are strange behavior we have never seen. So next time से जब भी मैं बाहर आता हूँ, कोई भी आता है मतलब नहीं भाई साहब मैं चाहिए तो पैसे दे देता हूँ, आप उतारो या चढ़ाने का काम मत करो, आप हटो, मैं अपना लगेज खुद लगाऊं. So why I'm giving this example, because every Indian must follow at least their duty not to spoil the environment. फिर हम लोग बड़ा कैंप लेके जाते हैं, 2 स्कूल, I don't know which school, 7-day स्कूल का पूरा स्टूडेंट्स को मैं लेके नवी मुंबई रोड में जाता हूँ. एनवायरमेंटल सेविंग डे, क्लीन ड्राइव. हमारे बच्चे, सारे बच्चे के हाथ में वो है, व्हाट इज दैट, चिप्स पैकेट. बच्चे आर शाउटिंग एनवायरनमेंट सेफ और हर एक बच्चे एक एक रैपर डालते जाता है रोड में, रखो. And teacher I in the front itself is carrying a hot bottle, this bottle, that bottle, हर एक सिप मारता है, रोड में फेंकता है. Don't pollute the environment. वो बोलेगा देखने वाला खुद pollute करके जा रहा है और पूरा दुनिया को भाषण दे रहा है. Are you understanding? So whenever we are saying about open dumping, now every civic body is very careful. अभी open dumping almost government allow नहीं करता है. Let us mark the next. You have already done that. This is the cheapest method and does not need much planning. वो mark कर लो. Then second point, open pits spoil the sight of the area. This is what Unnati ne bola, aesthetic, sight of the area. Good. Third point, breeding ground for mosquitoes, flies and insects. वो flies का spelling wrong है, लोग ने files डाला है और हमारा student भी यही spelling लिख कर आया. Flies है, flies. Next point, they give out foul odor. Yeah, how many of you are really worried about this foul odor in Mumbai or Mumbai? है आप लोग के नाक में वो कैपेसिटी? नहीं सर, हमें आदत हो गया है ना? और कोई अच्छा खुशबू आएगा ना तुरंत बोलेगा ये कैसा कुछ अलग ही स्मेल आ रहा है. मैंने बोला अगरबत्ती लगा है. अच्छा, ये हमको पसंद नहीं. हमारा मुंबई में जो बदबू है वही हमको पसंद. हाँ, seriously, this Bollywood people go around the world for making shows. हाँ, उनका बड़ा बड़ा कुछ तो प्रोग्राम रहता है. Once the program was in Singapore, I remember Shahid Kapoor was dancing for a Bollywood song, and वो बड़ा सा बाइक लेकर आया था स्टेज में, and सब लोग पूछ रहा था मेरा some friend, मतलब we is a good actor from Bombay. हाँ, very good, very good. ये Singaporeans को थोड़ा सा दिमाग ऊपर से खाली रहता है. And Shahid Kapoor after his show, he said Singapore, I love it. So all the Malay and Singapore, चिल्ला रहा था, बस यही समझा. एक घंटे से नाच रहा था, वो उनको कुछ समझा नहीं, बिकॉज इट्स अ हिंदी सॉन्ग. फिर वो बोला था नीट एंड क्लीन सिटी. फिर उसने बोला बाइक को ऑन किया और बोला कि मुझे जरा अच्छा हवा लेने दो. यही हवा हम मुंबई में लेते हैं. अंडरस्टूड व्हाट ही वाज सेइंग? So you go to any traffic signal in Mumbai and अभी मुंबई हम अपना कार में ब्यूटीफुली व्हाइट ड्रेस मेकअप एक तो मैडम लगा के बैठती है और बाजू में एक ट्रक आके खड़ा होता है. बस जो ट्रक ने जो मेकअप दिया मैडम को, है ना, वो भी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. मैडम बोलते शी बाबा पूरा ब्यूटी पार्लर का खर्चा वेस्ट गया. और अगर अंकल शांत रहता है तो बेचारा बोलते ठीक है ना, दोबारा पोत लेंगे, क्या दोबारा चले जाएंगे ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. और कोई जरा मसलमैन अग्रेसिव अंकल रहेगा तो कार छोड़ के तुसी ऐसी की तैसी वो लॉरी वाले को पकड़ लेता. लॉरी वाले क्या क्या सर मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. काय का कुछ नहीं किया. 1.5 घंटे से वो अंदर बैठी थी, मैं बाहर खड़ा था और तू 10 मिनट में उसका मेकअप खराब किया. अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? सो दिस इज दैट लेवल ऑफ पोल्यूशन इन मुंबई. So that is why we keep our car, what is that, windshield, is it, the windscreen up. थोड़ा सा फ्रेश हवा क्या आपने ओपन किया, फिर हमारा बच्चा बोलता है मम्मी ये गंदा बदबू कहाँ से आता है. मम्मी मतलब क्या हो गया बेटा? अच्छा पापा ने ओपन कर दिया, फिर से चढ़ाओ फिर से चढ़ाओ. अरे कितना देर तक तो एसी का हवा खाएगा ना. So this is a trouble, air pollution to the max. Let's proceed. Another danger of open dumping, open bracket, rainwater could carry harmful substance to the nearby streams. उतना ही लिखो and directly आ जाओ, pollute the groundwater. Is all the points clear? I'm taking you to sanitary landfills. In this method, open bracket, the waste is packed, dumped daily at the site and is covered with earth. Hey, what is this word earth?
Mud or soil.
You write soil. Suddenly हमारा बच्चा बोलता है ज्योग्राफी में अर्थ डाल के क्या कवर कर soil. Second point, to prevent insects or rodents from entering into the landfill. That is the reason. Third point, the waste is then subjected to bacterial decomposition. Then fourth point, physical, chemical and biological reaction takes place. बस उतना ही करो. Go to the last point, sanitary landfill system, open bracket. The system of disposing waste essentially, circle that word, which method it is? a biological method. What is biological? Safe method. Itna yaad rakhna. That is done. Abhi, I'm not reading that phases. You read the phases. I think I might have given on that day. Read that phases. Only advantage. फिर डिस्कस करेंगे. फिर कंपोस्टिंग को आपको थोड़ा सा नोट्स दूंगा या तो इधर ही मार्क कर ले. In next 1 hour, I'll be starting NAM and other. Come on, quickly.
Yes, mark composting.
We have marked already.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, composting mechanical method. You called it penguin method also. I know.
Great. But this Durvesh Unnati company was not there. Ayan, were you there? Not there.
I don't know, sir. I guess.
You were there. Why do you guess always? Ya to haan, ya to na. Chalo. Let's mark for the newcomers. You come down to advantages, free from air pollution. Only underline that word, free from air pollution. Health problems are minimized. Utna hi likhna hai. Plantation at landfills, underline. A vegetative cover should be provided. Locally adopted non-edible perennial plants. What is non-edible? ये कौन सा plant है?
Ornamental plants.
Yes, decorative plant है. जो ज़्यादा time नहीं लगेगा. Decorative plants. Next, plant should be such that open bracket. Roots do not penetrate more than 30 centimeters. Next, selected plant should have underlined ability to thrive on low nutrient soil. मतलब कुछ plant है ना जो सिर्फ कचरे में ही उगता है. Something like that. Okay, Ishani has given a signal. Tired, I know. Relax. It's okay. I'm saying relax. Any point you want to explain? Any line, any word? Yeah, municipal waste, you just read on your own. Not now. After my lectures. Then we have this word composting. I've already marked, but for the newcomers and some VIP people, I'm marking it again. Composting of waste. Open bracket. Anaerobic method of decomposing solid waste, close bracket. Process hata it involves decomposition of organic waste into humus, known as compost, close bracket. It is a process producing carbon dioxide and heat, close bracket. Organic waste from households also used for decomposition. Are you seeing? Next point. Microorganisms helps to stabilize the organic matter. Next, moisture content important factor. Bus. Now ask me what is any of the point, any line. They will ask you separate 2 questions on composting, and then we'll have 2 methods. One is mechanical and other is manual. ये भी मैंने किया है, but I'll just run through quietly. Read it. Composting, very important. If I get any. That day we were in a hurry mood, so let me see. You'll understand what is composting. And there is one small video, not very big, but I'll try to run it a little bit because we need to get into that history chapter as well. So are you seeing this video? Okay. Just one minute, by mistake, please. Is this video visible? Let me share the sound as well.
This process of composting, as you can see in this figure, friends, there's a dustbin in front of you. In this, you can see the onion peel, some green vegetables, the waste of green vegetables, then some eggshells are there. So you can see here in this figure, friends, that a lot of waste, especially the waste food products, are being disposed inside this dustbin, which you can say here to be the compost pit. And then this whole thing will go through the process of composting and convert itself into a useful manure. Okay, so the end material will be something useful manure, a nutrient rich soil which can help crops grow, which can help plants grow, trees grow. So basically the definition of composting is that it is a process that works to speed up the natural decay of organic matter. Kindly keep in focus this thing, organic material, providing the ideal conditions of detritus eating organisms to thrive. The end product is a concern of this concentrated decomposition process is a nutrient rich soil, which you can say here as manure. So this manure is the end product, and this manure will help the crops to grow good, the garden plants and trees to grow. So basically this is the whole definition of composting. When we talk about composting, there are some requirements for the proper happening of this process. These requirements are warm temperatures. There has to be an optimum amount of warm temperatures. However, keep one thing in mind, that this warm temperature should not go beyond a limit, because if this warm temperature is going to go beyond a limit, then obviously the whole process will go in the negative direction and the useful microorganisms will also die. So there is a maximum limit of temperature. I am going to discuss that with you in some amount of time. Then the second requirement is the optimum amount of nutrients. Two nutrients I'm going to talk to you are carbon and nitrogen in this video. Then moisture has to be in a proper balance, and oxygen has to be in a proper balance. There should be a plenty of oxygen during this process. So these are the four requirements: warm temperature, nutrients, moisture, and plenty of oxygen. So these are the four requirements which we require during this composting process, friends. Now, whenever this composting process takes place, it takes place in three stages. I am going to talk to you about all those three stages. The very first stage lasts for around 2 to 5 days. The first stage of composting. What is happening in this first stage of composting? The type of microorganisms which are active during this first stage of composting are mesophilic microorganisms. Mesophilic microorganisms. Now, in the range of 20, just anything. These type of things which are kept in a
because this is vermi composting. Girls will like see this video. Really nice. This normally I show it. Okay, this is a better one, I think. And at least we'll see it. Good. Here, try
organic compost at home. This simple process is smell-free and easy to implement.
That's it. Nice. I don't know.
In order to make compost, you simply need a container. For that, select a container. It can be anything from a bucket to a normal dustbin or a garden pot. Make sure to make some holes at the bottom so as to let some air in easily. A shallow tub or tray to collect the drained water. To prepare the most nutrient-rich compost, we will require these ingredients. Eggshells are made out of calcium carbonate. Calcium helps the plant to develop a strong cellular structure. Neem leaves are rich in vitamins, minerals and enzymes and helps to increase plants' resistance to pest attacks. Garden soil will keep the bad smell away and it will fasten the composting process. Compost will introduce the bacteria and earthworms which will fasten the decomposing process. Banana peels add potassium as well as small amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus and magnesium. Green kitchen waste is high in nitrogen and helps to activate the heat process. In order to help compost break down faster, shred kitchen waste since it takes longer for larger pieces to break down. This will speed up the time it takes to make compost. You can also add wood chips, straw or hay, shrub prunings, pine needle, shredded paper or newspaper, coffee grounds, and other things. Layer the bottom of the container with 1 inch of soil and after that 1 inch of compost to start the pile, which will help to introduce the correct bacteria. Best place to start composting is outdoors, but you can even start the process inside your home. The best kitchen scrap to add your compost pile are those fruit and vegetable scraps because they break down quickly and do not attract rodents and insects in the same way that animal products do. Green material which are high in nitrogen are used to activate the heat process in your compost. Add crushed eggshells to add calcium and other minerals in the compost. Add neem leaves to the mix as it will add antibacterial properties to your compost. Repeat the process and add multiple layers of kitchen waste, compost and soil respectively. All the items should come into contact with one another and should be laid down in their layers that are only a few inches deep. To fasten the process, we will use normal soil and compost. Compost will also introduce earth forms in the mixture, which will help the mix to decompose quickly. Garden soil will keep the bad smell away and it will fasten the composting process. To avoid any spills, place a shallow container or tray underneath the container. Water the mix thoroughly. Keep the container in full sunlight as in the sun, waste will break down quicker but it will need more water. Reuse the collected drained water as it contains useful bacteria and essential nutrients. Keep the drainage pot underneath the container for at least 10 to 15 days. Whenever compost pile starts to dry up, add more water to it. It is a good idea to mix your compost on a regular basis as it helps to encourage the growth of the right kind of bacteria that will help the compost to decompose faster. Make sure the mixture stays moist but not too wet. Turn your compost mixture to add air to the mix. This helps to speed up the composting process. At this stage, you can easily see some earth forms in the compost. They will make the compost more porous and will turn the waste into fertilizer. To fasten the process, cover the whole bin with a lid or simply cover it with dry leaves. Covering helps retain moisture and heat, two essentials for compost. It usually takes about 2 to 3 months for the compost to be made, depending on the weather conditions and the contents of your pile. After 60 to 70 days, your compost is ready to be used in the garden.
Will you hold it?
Once compost is ready, separate out all the leaves.
हमारे घर में मम्मी के
You can store your compost in poly bags or in simple garbage cans. Just keep the bags away from direct sun. Add compost to your plant in a small proportion to provide them with nutrients that help them thrive and flourish.
Next time anybody explaining composting, you understood? So maybe after your board exam, those who are interested in little bit of reducing the wastages, correct? Will you do it? So here your friend who is sitting with me in the class, she's saying already they are doing composting at their home. It is her mother does it. I hope she also does after your board exam. You get a lot of time? No, they don't want to do. Swastika, tell them, will you?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
Okay, definitely. वो गर्ल्स लोग तब तक करेंगे जब तक वो क्या है अर्थवर्म नहीं हाथ में आ जाता है. Once it is snatched, then they have to run away for the light. Okay, let's mark and finish it of this. Then I'll start that. You will know. Sanitary landfills is done. Municipal waste is done. Composting done. There are two methods. Please put one first method, mechanical method. Make a rectangular box known as Bangalore method. Did you see why it is known as Bangalore? First adopted in this city. Everyone knows where is Bangalore? Let us ask Ayan. Abhi jakar aaya. Hey Ayan, where is Bangalore?
It's in Karnataka.
What is the relation? Capital, is it?
Yeah, it's like the IT capital of the Karnataka.
Oh, very good. Of India, actually, in fact. And how is Bangalore, by the way? Climate?
I don't know.
गया ही नहीं फिर तेरे से क्यों पूछ रहा मैं खुद जाता ठीक है I'll tell you later. The waste material, next paragraph, next page, in fact, placed layers about 1 meter deep. अभी ये जो बंदा explain कर रहा था, did you see? That's what. Second, next point, material is right turned at all. क्या right turned at all? It decomposes completely, underline 5 months. And method of composting, circle that word Bangalore. Second method, manual. Make a rectangular box, mechanical method. Rural areas, refuse and night soil mixtures are dumped together. I don't know, I was explaining before the COVID in Vashi. Some people ask me, sir, ये night soil क्या होता है? Anybody, what is this night soil? Nobody?
Black color soil.
ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. Modi, after coming, started constructing what in rural areas?
Solar fans.
अरे मोदी जी ने रूरल एरियाज में क्या बना के दिया गांव के पीपल को? टॉयलेट्स. तो ये ओपन एयर टॉयलेट्स जो भी जाता है उसी को नाइट सॉइल बोलते हैं और कुछ नहीं. बट ठीक है, नथिंग टू डिस्कस, बट दैट इज नाइट सॉइल. In fact, there is a movie in one cinema, I think in Surya. He gives money to all the people and he constructed 2 toilets and everyone is given 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees, and that is used for making manure. And a TV channel वाली उसको report करती है. Understood? Okay. इसके आगे discuss नहीं करेंगे. The mixture is turned regularly, underline 3 months. Left after 1 month without turning. This method is known as circle. They might ask you indoor method. Indoor. Some people ask me, sir, indoor method है? नहीं, indoor. जगह का नाम. क्या हो गया? Advantages. Underline enhances soil nutrients. Underline water retention. How does it plants suppress disease? What is suppress? Udhar upar likho controls. It controls plant diseases. Rejuvenates poor soil. What is rejuvenate?
Enrich.
Ah, very good. Enrich. It absorbs odors and degrading volatile. Only underline odors and degrading. Underline prevent pollution. That's all. Now, any of the question you want to give? Just check. If not, I'm just sharing that chapter as Swastika asked. We'll be doing that chapter called what do you call it? What did you say? UNICEF, is it?
It is.
Just check. Where did I left it?
Major agencies of the United Nations.
Okay, I'm going to share this one, and then we'll be explaining that also as per your model and textbook. So this is what is UNICEF doing. How many of you know the full form of UNICEF? Anybody? Online or offline? Come on, what is UNICEF? It is United Nations
International Children's Emergency Fund.
Very good. It is International Children's Emergency Fund. That is UNICEF. There are many schools and many colleges where the students work freely for such project. This is the one I'm sharing. Then we'll pick up the page number and then we'll be doing as per your board pattern only. Nothing too much. Is the video seen, everyone? This is UNICEF. The sound is already shared. Then I'll be telling you exact page number and question answers.
Are being left behind. Today, 58 million children and 63 million adolescents worldwide are out of school. And these children overwhelmingly come from the poorest and most marginalized parts of society. Even for those in school, the picture isn't much better. 130 million children don't have basic reading and numeracy skills by grade 4. We are in the middle of a learning crisis, and the challenge is growing. The population of school-age children is increasing fast. Globally, by 2030, 619 million more children will need to go to school to achieve basic education for all. In sub-Saharan Africa, the situation is especially challenging. By 2030, 444 million children will need to be in school. But every child has a right to education, and giving every child a first start in life is the right thing to do. It also makes economic sense. If all children learned basic reading skills, 171 million fewer people would live in poverty. That's huge. Now, how do we get there? Well, the world needs to invest a lot more in education than it does now. We need $26 billion more each year to achieve basic education for all in poor countries. In many countries, too little of the country's wealth goes towards education, and too little goes towards basic education. But in poor countries, investment in basic education is the one thing that has the most positive impact for the poorest. Of the funding that does exist for basic education, too little goes to poor areas. So children in poorer areas fall further and further behind, and the cycle of poverty continues. It doesn't have to be this way. If we allocate more resources to the poorest areas, the most marginalized children will have a chance to benefit from education. Also, greater resources do not always translate into greater learning. Value for money is important. To make the most of every dollar, we need stronger evidence on what investments have the most impact for learning in each country. More accountability and community empowerment are also keys to success. Because access to education is the birthright of every child. Today's investment in education helps build the societies of tomorrow. By giving all children a fair start in life, we are not only investing in their futures, but in a better and fairer world.
So guys, understood what is UNICEF? Okay, you can pick up your volume, those who are having the volume with them. So it is straight away from the volume only. I'm going to just explain. No writing work, got it? So let's get into what is the page number of the new book. Just tell who is using the new volume, because mine I'm using a soft copy and it's a word page. Just check 85. I don't think 85 because that will be a new page. Everyone put the heading UNICEF in your notebook. And write the full form only once. United Nations Children's Emergency Fund. And then we'll mark it from the volume. It is UNICEF. Write the full form first. United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. It's okay? Let us, I'm just marking you and reading also. United Nations, UNICEF was created by UN General Assembly during its, underline, first session in which year, everyone? First session in which year? 1946. Very good. Everyone mark 1946. Okay, good. She's writing also. My good little student here, Tanmay. In 1946 by General Assembly. You remember what did we refer General Assembly in our discussion 2 days before? Did we call UNGA? Who can tell me full form of UNGA? Come on, Ishani.
United Nations General Assembly.
Very good. That is UNGA. The first session it was done. Then second point that you have to underline using the volume. It helps the emergency needs. It helps the emergency needs of poor children. I'm just adding one word. It helps the emergency needs of poor children. Who is this Tanmay? Hey, who is this Tanmay? From which branch? Tanmay, just turn.
सर को ऊपर करना है.
जरा वीडियो ऑन कर रहे हैं, तुझे पहचानता भी नहीं है. I've got one Tanmay right in my front here.
सर tall boy. सर वीडियो ऑन फोन पे होगी.
अच्छा ठीक है. Tall boy तो बहुत लोग हैं. अच्छा, the Masticore fellow. Okay, the next point. In 1950, its program was extended to provide, underline, long-range benefits to, underline, long-term benefits to children, underline, developing nations. Next, UNICEF is governed by, underline, 36-member executive board. How many people are involved in UNICEF?
36 members.
36. Member from which board? Executive board.
Executive board.
Its policies are, अभी हम लोग policies करेंगे through functions. So what I'm going to do, everyone who are online is having a volume with you. Everyone, let us start with Unnati, the first function. Just read it, I will explain.
So page number?
I am using a
153.
That is the new page. You keep it alive. Go ahead. UNICEF first function. Unnati is reading.
Sir, this page number is for NAM.
Wait, UNO का बता UNO.
153 only, sir.
UNICEF. अच्छा, you read. By the time she finds it. Swastika, you read.
UNICEF provides services in primary health care, nutrition, basic education, sanitation, and women's development in developing countries.
Start open bracket from the word primary health care and women's development in developing, close bracket. Now you ask me any of the word you don't understand. Any of the words. Anybody? Okay, let us go with the second. Come on, Ayan, read the second function.
Yes, sir. Second function, it provides funds for training personnel, including health and sanitation workers, teachers, and nutritionists Universal child immunization against preventable diseases was one of the leading goals of UNICEF.
Open bracket provides funds. This I'll explain. I don't know how many of you have seen certain people working in countries like Africa. There's a very famous actress called Angelina Jolie, if you have heard about her name.
Yes, sir.
She herself,
Yes,
she's
sir.
a popular Hollywood actress. She donates huge amount of money for UNICEF. They not only donate the money, whenever they are free from any shootings or pictures, they go down to that part and they render work. इमेजिन अभी यहाँ का कोई एक्ट्रेस का नाम लो जो अभी टॉप में है मुंबई में, लड़कों से पूछता हूँ, बॉयज
कार्तिक आर्यन।
कौन है
कार्तिक आर्यन।
बट
एक्ट्रेस पूछा है
क्या क्या
अच्छा जो भी है,
will you repeat your question, sir?
ठीक है, मीडिया पर्सन है. She is going to Somalia.
Sir, he is.
अच्छा, he is going to Somalia, for example. And what is he trying to do? By working with that poor children, he is setting an example. What example? देखो, I being a Bollywood personality or famous personality, I am ready to render my jobs. देखो, हम बहुत सारे लोग, हम लोग को देखा है कि गरीब बच्चे जब सिग्नल्स पे आते हैं, आपके पेरेंट्स और मैं भी एक 10 रुपीस निकाल के दे देते हैं. Don't you think that 10 rupees is going to help that poor child? Is it going to help?
No, sir.
Why
No,
not?
sir.
Instead, that child will be forced by the parent to beg. Correct? So what is this UNICEF is doing? It is not helping them by money, but helping them education, nutrition, healthcare program. I don't know how many of you know, when I was in my 9th and 10th ICSE boards, I remember we used to give UNO exams. Every year we used to get certificate. I remember one of the exams they have asked us a question, buying one jet fighter aircraft by any country. I don't know how much amount, I say $300 billion. फिर UNICEF ने अपना figure दिया. If one fighter aircraft money is put in Africa, the children can have food for next 15 years. एक aeroplane का cost. Do you think any country is going to listen to all this blah blah? Forget about any country. Is India going to listen? Is India is not purchasing Rafale aeroplane from where? From France. I don't know how many of you understand what is Ukraine and Russia all doing now. So they are on the panic button. I don't know when Mr. Putin is going to press nuclear and when America is going to jump in between. And हमारा बच्चा एक ही टेंशन worried है, सर मेरा सिलेबस में नहीं आना चाहिए. मनोज तेरे सिलेबस में क्या है? World War 3 हमको नहीं चाहिए. मेरा पोर्शन खत्म. There is a biggest company in America called Pfizer. It's a vaccine manufacturing company. अगर आप लोग ने कोविड का टाइम सुना है, it is very shocking. Pfizer ने already announced कर दिया. You know what it? Don't worry.
Anti-radioactive vaccine. Sir, you only told.
Don't worry. Nuclear bomb डाला पुतिन ने. Don't worry. Buy the vaccine from us. मतलब अभी से कंपनी बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर दिया. And some company has started giving pills, tablets बना दिया. बोलते don't worry. ये pills खा लो. जब तक बॉम्ब सर पे नहीं गिरेगा तब तक कोई टेंशन नहीं है. तुम खाते रहो. Look how the business has started. And Putin
America does this only. First he sells the weapons, then he sells the medicine.
Correct. Putin will call all the company. कितना का business बोला है? वो बोलते सर इतना $1 billion, उसका 50% मेरे पास छोड़ दो. तो कंपनी बोलेगा क्यों? अरे मेरे ही नाम से तो इतना बेचा है तो मुझे कमीशन नहीं देगा. फिर अमेरिका बीच में आता है. What America says? I am ready to sell the all weapons. Who will purchase? Ukraine will purchase. फिर इंडिया 2 कबूतर लेके जाता है. White pigeon. What is the name of the white pigeon? सर वो मालूम नहीं है. We are going for peace and love. हमारा अच्छा बोलते हैं फिर से बोलो ऐसे peace and love. सर peace नहीं सुना, वो दूसरा वर्ड है. वो आजकल हमारे कानों में बहुत गूंजता रहता है. मतलब वो क्या होता है? Don't worry. वो हमारे लिए, तेरे लिए नहीं है. So we always believe UNICEF is working for which children? Poor children. UNICEF is working for what? The women. UNICEF is working for that backward community which is not having even rice and wheat. I don't know how many have seen pictures of Somalia. The children's are more like X-ray films. What is X-ray films? Have you seen X-ray of yours or any person? सिर्फ हड्डी दिखता है कि नहीं? वो बच्चे बिल्कुल वैसे ही है. फिर हमारा कोई मिनिस्टर उधर जाता तो एडवर्टाइजमेंट, गरीब बच्चे मेरे अच्छे, तुरंत वो पोस्टर में लगा देगा. It could have been Arvind Kejriwal. क्या नहीं एडवर्टाइजमेंट के लिए किया? I think छठ पूजा ना. Yesterday the bridge collapsed. I think 200 या 300 जन को वो ब्रिज में चढ़ाने का था, लोग ने 500 जन को चढ़ाया. इन गुजरात only. हाँ, oh my God, she knows the figure. 260 people died. अभी मोदी से क्या पूछेंगे जनता? फिर मोदी बड़ा बैनर लगाएगा, मोदी है तो मुमकिन है. पहले क्या मुमकिन है सर? ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट का बनाया हुआ ब्रिज मोदी ने छठ पूजा के दिन सबको तोड़ दिया सर. नो खर्चा. Politicians are politicians, either from this side or that side, and poor people have died. So that is what we are saying. This UNICEF is a body which not only works in Africa, it works all over the world. Sorry, एक छोटा figure बोलता हूँ, then I'll pull you back to the figure. India is considered, not considered, given certificate by UNICEF only. 99.9% polio-free country in the world. You understand what is polio? अमिताभ बच्चन आता है, दो क्या वो हिंदी में क्या बोलता है? 2 ड्रॉप्स को कुछ बोलता है, जिंदगी का ऐसा कुछ वो ऐड करता है. अमेरिका, in Florida, there are 23.93% people still have this polio. फिर अमेरिका बोलता है, I am the most developed nation of the world. अरे तेरे ही स्टेट में पोलियो है, पहले वो क्लियर कर. Did I not say that incident when Mr. Jaishankar, the foreign affairs minister, went to America to, there is 2 sons of him, एक लड़का उधर अमेरिका में पढ़ रहा है. He said he went to a restaurant with his son and they were asking a COVID certificate to allow them to enter into a restaurant. And he openly opened his mobile, who? Jaishankar, our minister. And ये हमारा COVID certificate है. और मोदी भी शायद कोने में किधर भी चिपका रहेगा certificate में. And his son was searching all his jeans pocket in all corners. तो उसका पापा ने पूछा क्या ढूंढ रहा है? Wait, पापा. He brought one small toiled paper. बोला ये मेरा सर्टिफिकेट है कोविड. तो जयशंकर ने उधर भी एक बड़ा भाषण दे दिया. डिजिटल इंडिया, मोबाइल इंडिया, डिजिटल अमेरिका, पेपर अमेरिका. बेचारा लड़का पेपर में दिखा रहा था मेरा कोविड सर्टिफिकेट ये है. So look what India has done. But definitely अमेरिका में ऐसा छठ पूजा के दिन 200 लोगों को जाके डूबाने तो नहीं देंगे. They value the human life. चलो, let's proceed. Where it is. Then third functions. Who is reading? Let us give it to Ishani. Third point.
It provides technical supplies, equipment, and other aids ranging from paper for textbook, equipments and medicines to health clinic, to pipes and pumps for bringing clean water to villages.
Underline clean water, underline medicines. ये मैं points देता हूँ because there is a separate question on UNICEF in board exam. Next point. Come on, Unnati, you found the page? Read the page. Read the point. Sorry.
It provides help to children and mothers in emergency arising from natural calamities, civil strife, and epidemics.
Underline epidemics, provides help to mother and children. Let us give it to Tanmay from here. Come on, Tanmay, read. Next point.
It makes effort to prevent disease like tuberculosis, malaria, eye disease, skin disease, etc.
Put under then only the vaccine and put all the diseases in bracket. Next, come on, Swastik. Let us give it to Durvesh. Come on, Durvesh, read it.
Yes, sir. UNICEF performs various other functions as the sole agency for children. It speaks on behalf of children and upholds the convention on the rights of the child and works for its implementation.
Wonderful reading, Durvesh. Underline, it works as a sole agency. Now you write down in a notebook. I'll try to give it in single sentences. Functions. Point number 1. provides valuable services in primary health care, comma, nutrition. You want the spelling? That's a basic education, sanitation, and women's development. Second point, protection of children, hyphen, survival, health and well-being. Survival, health and well-being. Is Avi writing? Avi, are you there? Let me see him in today, Nehru.
The survival,
Health and
yes,
well-being. Next, provides needed funds. It provides needed funds for training personnel. And this is the word of personnel. Training personnel. NNEL. That's the way you pronounce. Needed funds for training personnel. Personnel means the people who are working. Just 1 minute. Huh? Involved in health and sanitation. Personnels involved in health and sanitation. I'm just cut shorting it. जो जरूरी है उतना ही लिखना. And universal child immunization. ये हमारा पोलियो का जो ऐड आता है. Universal child immunization. Careful with the spelling. This is the word immunization. Immunization. Universal child immunization program. Next point. It also provides technical supplies, equipments, and what did I say? Supplies, equipments, and other ads to promote clean water, drinking clean water, sorry. Water pipe connections, and use of water motor pumps. Next, it also help children and mothers mothers, sorry, during natural calamities. Come on. Epidemics. Epidemics. You understand epidemics?
Natural.
Calamities. Spelling चाहिए. Epidemics and civil strikes. मतलब country के अंदर ही. And the last point. It makes valiant efforts. So what is valiant? Highly appreciable. This is the word, valiant efforts. To prevent TB. TB. Everyone knows what is TB, is it? Malaria. Eye and skin related diseases. Eyes and skin related diseases. Change the para. We are winding up. Hence, UNICEF is the sole agency for children fighting for their rights. THEIR. For which UNICEF was awarded. ये लिखना exam, don't forget this. Nobel Prize for Peace. Nobel Prize. Everyone knows what is Nobel Prize, is it? In 1965, Nobel Prize for Peace in 1965, and Indira Gandhi Peace Prize in 1989. And Indira Gandhi Peace Prize in 1989. Please read it. There's a one small video with WHO for which I'll provide the explanation then quickly.
Peace Prize in
1989. Indira Gandhi Peace Prize in 1989. So just any queries for this UNICEF? These are very two important organs for which you will be getting at least two questions or above. Anybody, any query, please ask me.
No, sir.
Just wait, and I'm providing that. WHO is it?
food something.
I don't think so. WHO, I think the country. Who knows the game, is it?
Yes.
What is it? Oh, you play?
No. I don't know.
Tell me. Maharashtra तो मैंने सुना खान गेम्स में बहुत आगे रहती है.
So that is different.
That is different. अच्छा, एक ले रही है.
No.
हमारे पापा ने मुझे पहली बार छापा मारा था जब I was playing that match box में. बचपन में हमारे घर में तो strict. Yeah, how many are very popular with this K-pop? Is it K-pop? There is one small. I think my students are very tired of listening to me for last close to 3 hours. So there is one small music for you guys related to UN only. Want to interested to listen to it?
सर मत लगाना.
नहीं सर.
ये देखो BTS करके है, permission to dance performed at United Nations General Assembly. ये
सर
कौन है?
मतलब सर
Sir,
मत
sir,
लगाना
don't.
Sir, please, sir. We
मत
don't
लगाओ, मत
support
लगाओ.
this, sir.
अरे ठीक है ना, मुझे मालूम नहीं है सर. I don't watch all that stuff. मैं उसके तुम लोग से पूछा. Somebody told me K-pop, somebody told me J-pop. वो क्या होता है J-pop, K-pop? अरे बोलो.
Nothing, sir. Weird
सर
branch of K-pop, sir.
अच्छा, Korean and Japanese. Am I correct?
सर वो पॉप म्यूजिक होता है बस, कुछ नहीं और.
हाँ, sir.
ठीक है. We will play the exact video, then we'll go ahead with the reading. Okay. So this I think nobody might have said no because it is the video which we have to see. Okay. Security comes in.
The Second World War caused enormous destruction and left large parts of the world in ruins. That's why the United Nations was established with one main target: to prevent war in the future. The UN is a meeting point where leaders from all around the world can interact. In the UN, countries try to agree on which rules and agreements should apply in the world. The most important topics of discussion in the UN are peace and security, human rights, and sustainable development. The Sustainable Development Goals is the United Nations global agenda to end poverty, fight inequality, and combat climate change by 2030. There are 17 goals and 169 targets. The agenda serves as a joint roadmap for all the countries in the world. One of the main principles of the Sustainable Development Goals is to leave no one behind. The most vulnerable should be given priority. In the UN General Assembly, all countries, small and large, have one vote and the same say. All member states are committed to follow the Constitution of the United Nations, the UN Charter, where peace and human rights are central topics. The most powerful organ of the UN is the Security Council. It's in charge of maintaining peace and security between nations. The Council has 15 members, 5 of which are permanent, and the remaining 10 members are elected for 2-year terms. Even though the UN is the most important organization working for world peace today, it also receives criticism for its shortcomings in the face of modern-day conflicts. Many argue that the organization needs to change to remain important in the future. The UN General Secretary has called for major reforms of the organization. Several member states have supported change to maintain world peace in years to come. No matter how you look at it, the UN is one of the most important meeting points in the world, as well as an arena for international cooperation. Even though the UN isn't perfect, it is the best we've got, and all nations must work together to take care of our world.
So this is that UN that we have already seen, correct? So let us write only the intro for your WHO. Then we will, if at all time permits, we'll do. If not, we'll do tomorrow. Okay. So please write down WHO. Write the full form. What is the full form of WHO?
World Health Organization.
Please write down. This is going to be there in your board exam for coming. Write down WHO. I'm also writing along with you. It is World Health Organization. Known as WHO. Okay, write only the intro part. Let's see how it goes. Most important organ of UN, no? Most important organ of UN, no? Mainly specialized for, which is mainly specialized for prevention of health related problems across the world. Health related problems across the world. Next. established on. Seventh April, 1948. I'm writing it on the board also. If my volume level goes 7th April 1948 with 26 members of UNO. एक कौन बड़ा है एक छोटा वाला ये बड़ा वाला दिखता है. Hey, when I'm putting this signal, are you able to see this big video, the share screen video?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Not that small video where the board is also visible. Now you are able to see both the videos.
No, sir.
You are not able to see the video.
No. Sir, we are only able to see the board.
Yes.
I am not visible.
Sir, you are also visible.
You are visible.
Tanmay only plotted me. Dekho, when I am turning this video, is board and me together visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wait, now you tell me, Abhi,
Yes, sir.
the small video and big video, both are visible?
Yeah,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Tanmay is worried. Sir नहीं दिखाई देगा तो लोग भाग जाएंगे. Thank you. चलो.
Sir, कौन सा तंत्र?
With 26 members included in the WHO. Next, its main functions are. Uske pehle, before you write main functions, write April 7 is celebrated as. April 7 is celebrated as WHO Day. April 7th is celebrated as WHO Day across the world. Now you can pack your bags, be ready. We got good 5 minutes. We will be only discussing, no writing work. So that my two little friends who have spent good time with me, Anna. Okay. This is that Andrea Puntos, what's his name? Introduction. Hey, shall I give you any assignment today? Yes or no? Nobody needs it. So what you are saying, this is building which.
Sir, these buildings are there.
Where?
They were here.
But where?
I'm asking.
मैं कलेक्शन में है ये बोल रहे you can see ये direct
Sir, we can leave.
Good morning, bonjour matches.
So it's in which language? French.
Sir, can we leave?
ये better is.
This is Indian Vico, and in this video, we are going to see about functions of World Health Organization. This is a concise presentation. The World Health Organization,
abbreviated as WHO, is a specialized, non-political health agency of the United Nations. It was established on 7th April 1948. It is important to remember that 7th April is celebrated as World Health Day every year. The headquarters of WHO is at Geneva in Switzerland. As of October 2017, the Director General of WHO is Dr. Tedros Adhanom, and the Deputy Director General for Programs of WHO is Dr. Soumya Swaminathan.
I work with the name an Indian person, huh? So it's great. So the main director is this one. You might have seen Tedros, the doctor fellow. During COVID, इसका बार-बार इसका presentation रहता था. Did you watch it? Nobody's answered.
It is important to remember that.
So look how beautiful is this student of mine. She wants to copy down. Huh? Likho, likho. Those who want to write some details about this WHO, you can write. Even the objective they given in one line. Attainment by all people of the world, a level of health that will permit them to lead a socially. ये copy करो. Director, deputy director, and the third point. Headquarters state वो भी लिखना. Switzerland. This is something new information which is not there in the volume, nor in the textbook. I didn't do it. Everyone copied it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Only one yes is coming, others are sleeping. Poet, Ishani, that's all. Okay, we'll watch this and anyway we'll leave it.
She is an Indian.
Oh, she's an Indian.
The objective of WHO is the attainment by all people of the world a level of health that will permit them to lead a socially and economically productive life. This picture shows the logo of WHO. Now, what are the functions of WHO? The first constitutional function of WHO is to act as the directing and coordinating authority on all international health work. Thus, the WHO has the following functions: prevention and control of specific diseases, development of comprehensive health services, family health, environmental health, health statistics, biomedical research, health information and research, cooperation with other organizations. Now let us see about each function in detail. Prevention and control of specific diseases. A good example for this is the global eradication of smallpox. The WHO is responsible for epidemiological surveillance. For this is the global prevention and research.
This you can take a snapshot or write down the main functions. Either take a mobile snapshot if you have, or if you want, you don't use mobile. If the others take a snapshot of this from the mobile or write down.
Yes, sir.
Taking down. इधर एक लड़की बोलती है कि वो यूज नहीं करते, पक्का? वो बोलो ना, इधर नहीं लेकर आया। वही मैं देता आज के बच्चा। Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see what is he saying here. What is he saying here? पूरा वही है.
Health criteria program. It advises nations to start national programs for the provision of basic sanitary services. Components of environmental health include protection of the quality of air, water and food, health conditions of work, radiation protection, and early identification of new hazards originating from new technological developments. The fifth function of WHO is health statistics. WHO is responsible for the dissemination of a wide variety of morbidity and mortality statistics relating to health problems. It publishes its data on weekly epidemiological record, World Health Statistics Quarterly, and World Health Statistics Annual. It is also responsible for the publication of International Classification of Diseases. It is updated every 10th year. The WHO also provides assistance to countries in improvement of medical records, planning and operating national health information systems. The sixth function of WHO is biomedical research. Remember, the WHO doesn't itself do research, but stimulates and coordinates research work. It coordinates research work through worldwide network of WHO collaborating centers. It provides grants to research workers and research institutions for promoting research. There are regional advisory committees and global advisory committees as part of WHO. The seventh function of WHO is health literature and information. The WHO acts as a clearinghouse for information on health problems. Its publications comprise of hundreds of titles on a wide variety of health subjects. The final function of WHO is cooperation with other organizations. The WHO coordinates with organizations such as the United Nations, other specialized agencies, and international governmental organizations for the improvement of health of the people. Thank you.
Hello. I can remember a book of 200 pages in just 7.
What we are planning to meet on tomorrow. You guys tell me which other part of your lectures, ranging from what do you call it, this chapter or the earlier chapter, you need me to teach tomorrow.
So tomorrow we will sit in Mahatma Gandhi and the national.
Wait, in your syllabus, did they give that?
Yes.
Just read it for me because मुझे तो नहीं मिला वो syllabus. Just tell me
So
what syllabus.
timetable is mentioned this only.
Just read it for me. Read it for me. ये वरना ये लोग बोलेंगे सर repeat ही वही करना है. Because I didn't get that syllabus. Read for me, please.
That's okay.
Just a minute.
Yes, so on 1st November, it's showing Mahatma Gandhi and the national movement.
Okay, so tomorrow we will be doing history chapter, which is belonging to that MG, correct?
Yes.
So tell all your friends, those who are asking कि कल क्या हुआ, आज क्या नहीं हो रहा है. Tomorrow we are going to start a new chapter. So we have completed 4 modules, 2 modules from geography and 2 modules from history. Am I correct? Is it clear to all? Chalo. Take care of you. I'll see you tomorrow 9:15 same timing with new topics. Thank you. And bye-bye. Take care all of you.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.